with that then... Okay, yes, I have made sure... Ah, goddamn, really?
Yeah.
For some reason, my settings have been really weird with the encoding. I don't know why.
Are you sure you're recording?
Yes,
Okay.
this is why
There you
I'm
are.
just trying to fix something here. I don't know why, but OBS has been really weird with encoding. There we go, that's sorted it. Okay, saying like, oh, the CPU's overloaded. It's like, there's no way it could be overloaded. There's absolutely no way. It was fine literally the day before. Anyway. Our band of adventurers had recently been exiled from the city of Platinum Hold due to certain escapades that happened. God fucking. Due to recent escapades that had happened there. Deciding on to strike towards the city of Delcross, a city in the southern region of Ansor, nearby the Grasp, which had fallen only a few weeks ago. Your journey was mostly uneventful, outside of making a slight detour and stumbling upon a warforged named Sean, who appeared to just be living in seclusion, minus the occasional interruption by yourselves and previously a half-orc that had decided to attack him. Upon arriving in Delcross, you had found your way to the Plane Hunters headquarters area, met with the proprietor of the area, and had settled in for a place to rest. During the night, you ended up, partially due to your little snooping about a little bit earlier, found yourselves on the pointy side of a bunch of parliamentaries with daggers, where through some careful diplomacy and threats of actual violence, they relented, and you both agreed to simply pretend that you had never met each other. So, that is where we left off. So, you all wake up somewhat in the early morning. It is rather damp outside. There is a lot of cloud, and you can see a few puddles from rain that had appeared to have fallen overnight. So, what is it you... God's headache, what is it that you wish to do?
Man, guys, I had the weirdest. I dreamt that there were people standing with knives up to everybody.
Yeah, I have that dream all the time, mate. Nothing to be worried about.
Are you sure it doesn't mean anything?
That happened last night, idiots.
Wait, what?
Look over to Fortune. So, what exactly did you guys do?
We just went downstairs.
Or what?
We just went downstairs into the basement. That's it.
Do I believe her?
Make an insight check.
Where are we at the moment?
You are currently in the... you're still in the inn, the signals. I would say you've kind of walked downstairs and are just kind of, around a table. She seems to be telling the truth.
My head
Doesn't
at
she have
her.
to lie?
I mean, I got an 8, and considering
Well, that's true. I'm pretty sure Fortune
Fortune's
could beat that no
natural
matter what.
deception,
There's no critical fails. Skill checks.
I mean, yeah, I would say the roll of 8, like, that is too low to...
Roll.
Sure, if you want to.
And she actually still
Even
rolled
with
a
a natural 1.
and can't fail. So
Yeah, no such thing as a critical fail.
Yeah, she's good at lying, dude.
Really good at lying.
Have you ever
Really
met
good.
That she sucks at everything else about being a rogue.
Is it
I
a
know
single
she's pretty good at
proficiency when
stabbing
you
people.
into deception? How did you get up to 9?
Rogue, man.
She's a rogue.
Expertise.
She's turned it into the
Expertise.
point where she has whatever the thing is, where she can expert the higher level version, I think.
Dang it. How did you manage to get your expertise working? Because I've been trying to figure that out for mine.
Because I'm amazing.
She
And
uses
I-
character mancer.
Yeah, basically.
So we're all just like sitting around a table downstairs then. Okay.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
As I come to the realization that my dream happened.
Well, yeah, Delson
Well,
was asleep the entire time.
Stop doing things that are going to get you killed or arrested. They don't work out.
I mean, this time we weren't killed or arrested, so it worked.
Because of me.
I have to agree with Nemesis. Doing these types of things is, well, she already said everything that needs to be said.
Would you have preferred we just stand by and not do anything?
Well, it clearly wasn't any of your business. They weren't harming anyone. The only thing that they were doing was having a meeting. You guys just followed them.
We got
I still
food
don't see
out
the
of it.
problem.
Eh? When people come to your room in the middle of the night with knives, there is a problem. You get arrested on several occasions for sneaking in and stealing things, or exiled from a city, which we just were. I look over to Trothnar. Obviously, you should not be doing those things.
When I got arrested and banished, it wasn't just for petty crime. It wasn't just for the sake of it. Don't lump me in with these dickheads.
You should have asked, though.
It was easier, alright.
Have you actually told Nemesis what we had heard yet, or we just had told, like, she's basically just like scolding us for
Listen, from now on, to the group beforehand, alright? We would all side together if you should go on these little escapades. They are worth it.
Okay.
very well.
Thank you. Now, we have a couple of things to do today. If I can remember what we're supposed to do, it's in the notes.
Yeah, I have
well,
notes, but
we
honestly,
know-
none of this is helpful. I don't know what the fuck is okay.
Excuse me. Well, we could either go back out toward the forest, the area we were near, to stop big creatures, or we can go. Yes, I bet the dog. Or we can go a bit of ways to a.
I think this
or we can
background
go
distraction is
to
good.
these swampy area where the
Oh yes, there was the big creature. Yes.
the creatures that apparently used acid.
Well,
Why the hell don't I have that?
where are the forest and where's the swamp? Do they like correlate to each other? Like,
The swamp
can we
was
head
south.
to one and then go to the
east.
other?
Yeah, the swamp was to the southeast of Delcross, and if I can just quickly pull up the second job
Yeah,
here.
look at the
Map,
Uwu map.
please. Not uwu, just normal.
Hey, I labeled on the
So-
Uwu map where the acid
So the
quarries
creatures
were.
that appear to be having a territory dispute, uh, you weren't given exact directions. You can always go back and ask the proprietor of the Plane Hunters if they've got any additional information. But they did mention that there was a swampy area to the south that had some creatures that killed some of the newer Plane Hunters with some acid, and that is the revenge contract.
Well, I already know that going back for additional information would be a waste of time because I asked for additional information before, and they said that's all we know, like they always do.
Well, that was for the swamp. That was for the swamp specifically that you asked about.
Oh, I asked for both of them. I remember.
No, you were asking about creatures, but if you're asking for location, they'd have some knowledge about that one, probably.
I mean, if you guys would like to go back to the Pigeon Palace and see if they have any additional information, then you can.
Yes,
I mean,
we
it
could.
would probably be a good idea.
I mean,
Right?
maybe.
Because it was just you guys before, right? It was just the half of the group, so we could all just all show up, and then I guess yeah, because we kind of just split up. So
Let's go. Like, where the fuck is this?
like we're ready to go. Tell us where it is. That makes sense.
Right. Okay.
I just love the idea of us all just storming into the office building and going, where the fuck do we go?
Yeah, like we left yesterday, and then we come back all hungover. We're like, listen.
Honestly, that sounds so much like Nem. She's so fucking bad with direction.
Yeah. Like, ask no questions, tell no lies. Just fucking tell us where these acid fucks are, okay?
Okay. So, alright, if that's the case, then. So, you make your way towards the Plane Hunter headquarters. The town criers are out in force, declaring various little tidbits. It seems to be very scarce with the information that they're providing, but given the lack of people that are really coming to Delcross, information seems to be a bit slow. But you hear some of the criers speak out. No movement in the Horde army. However, stay vigilant for what may appear. Drar and Great Worm officially declare war after the Mistral speaker fails to meditate an end to the conflicts. Speak to your nearest recruiter to join the Jurhanian army and become the hero you are destined to be. And that's all that you hear. They just repeatedly go through it.
So nothing useful.
Well, that confirms like what we kind of were aware was happening.
What was that about collapsing peace talks in this war between two people?
They mentioned the kingdoms of Dra and Great Worm, which are the kingdoms that are past the Ice Tooth Mountains to the north of the kingdom of Jurhan. They are two dragonborn kingdoms, which oftentimes offer their strength to the kingdom. Yes,
Can you put us on the map, Tick?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet.
The dragon.
Danke.
And the Dwagons.
Yep. So this area here is the Ice Teeth Mountains, and this area here is where the Kingdom of Drar is. This is where Great Worm is.
Yeah, I just cleaned it this morning.
And then Ariel is the other one that was right next to us on the other side of.
Yeah. Ariel, from what I assume Nemesis explained these particular bits, Ariel is a sort of a breakaway area. It is a place which the Jurhanians have been trying to basically annex.
I'm going to start communicating in Morse code.
You're ridiculous.
But yeah, so
having secret conversations.
Yeah, so basically, what they're saying is that Drar and Great Worm have gone from just open conflicts to all-out war.
Okay.
And
this is where we know the acid boys are.
Now, it's kind of concerning to look at the map and see, like, something called Tiamat's Hold, like, just...
Great word, man.
Yeah.
That place looks scary. I don't want to go there.
I want to go there.
It sounds like scary to me. It sounds like there'd be dragonborn and actual dragons, and just would not be fun. And really,
I want to go there more now.
that's mostly my internal racism coming out.
Hey, do you reckon there'll be a lot of dungeons as well?
Possibly.
Like, look, there's Tiamat's Hold and Tiamat's Song, like, in the freaking
Tiamat?
Grey
But then there's
Worm
like
area.
Bahamut's Eye over here, right?
And then,
Is that
yeah, we
part
got Bahamut's Eye over here.
And what
Is
the
is
fuck
that
is
part of
Mars
Draw,
over
or is that part of Grey Worm? Because we
So-
saw Wormfire over here. Oh, look at all
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, so to use just some freehand drawing here. So basically, the border
God, I
between
see
Dra and Great Worm is basically like this. There we go, like that.
Okay, so yeah, it is.
So then who owns Rabs?
Those
Rabs
people
Star?
have Tiamat. They must be evil.
Who is Tiamat?
Tiamat's
The
a-
five-headed
she's like
dragon.
an
goddess.
evil dragon god.
Yep.
She's a 5-headed dragon god.
Yep.
She's known for being a bitch.
So
She's
Rabas,
also kind of one of the more, as much as she's evil in the normal canon, she's actually kind of neutral, and she just wants to be left alone. But that's a whole other thing.
Isn't
But,
she also like sister to Bahamut?
I don't know if she's a sister, but
I don't know about sister, but they are rivals.
Yeah.
I think they were like they used to be like one thing that was called AO.
Yeah.
But I will.
But
stop talking about my
Rabas,
lore knowledge.
to answer your question, Rabasra is owned by the Kingdom of Dra, which are primarily metallic dragons versus Great Worm's chromatic dragons.
Okay,
yeah,
so
then
Dra is still
definitely.
Dragonborn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole load of lore, but I'd be here for like 10, 15 minutes just explaining it to you.
You should make
It's okay,
a
'cause
setting guide.
I already
just
know a ton of dragon lore.
Okay, stop.
But not in the. But there's also the lore of Ansor.
May not be exactly the same, but I have an idea.
Okay, I see what you. I'm gonna ruin your fun with your oohs.
Yeah, that's why you guys can't do that, because I want to look at the fucking map while we play this game. If you just ruin it, then we can't play. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, it's just I don't want that map to get cluttered with a bunch of oohs in case you guys
Yeah, exactly.
actually need to use it. So have fun on. This is why we had this blank area. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway.
Okay, fine.
I mean, the oohs are fun, but, you know, if it's going to cause an actual problem with, like, the map and such, it's not as fun. Anyway. So, look, like a 5-minute lore bomb there with Dra and Great Worm afterwards. So, you make your way through to the Plain Hunters headquarters. The door is closed, but as you just try to open it, it does open. And you can see the proprietor, whom I don't believe you actually got her name, because I don't think you ever asked her to provide her name.
We were more obsessed with her
Yeah,
speech.
I literally just wrote fancy pants elf lady.
Yes,
with a
yeah, I think it was just you were distracted by her manner of speaking than to actually ask her
that's right.
name.
Oh yeah, yo, how thou?
As
that would
Delson.exe has
I
stopped
can't talk
working.
like that, so I'm impressed that you can do that, Dick.
It's a talent which I haven't mastered, but I'm winging it and it's working. You can see she's just there, like just reading a book, yawning. She doesn't appear to have a fancy tunic. She actually has more like what looks more like, you know, bedwear almost. It's basically as if she had just woken up. Her hair is just all messy and such. And as you arrive in, it's like, "Ugh. Good morning to thou. Apologies with the war. It appears that my night shift has not been around. So,
Did you leave with the others?
that she did. While mine own power is suitable for the event of the Flames of War, she is young, inexperienced, and would be difficult to protect or even fight alongside should the Flames of War approach Delcross. I ordered her to be escorted to one of the nearest cities for their safety. So it is just me and me alone looking after this place. So, what brings us to me?
Which country are we going to again?
Well, we all just like stare at Nemesis.
You guys were the ones that wanted to come here.
Oh, yeah.
You guys need to talk.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
when
don't
Nemesis was out of the room.
remember.
Didn't you? You were the one who wanted us. Whatever.
Yeah. When Nemesis, as soon as Nemesis left the room, we all took vows of silence at once.
Oh my god. Okay. We need to know where in the what contract are we doing? The
That's why
creatures at war.
Yes.
I love you having this all professional.
Yes, that one.
Going, I want to know where the fuck we're going. Thank you.
Thou is wondering which forest it may be that the conflict resides in. That would be a little to the west. Thou might have seen a forest nearby. It is relatively close to that. I would say about an hour or two beyond the forest just outside the city. Should I go west in a straight line, you should come across it. Thou might spot the town that is nearer to the southern side. Though I may say town, it is only has about 5 or 6 houses in it.
Okay, this is gonna sound really stupid. But can you please just give us an actual map of how to get there, because we are really bad with directions.
I don't have a map. This is Tom talking, not the proprietor.
The normal map.
Yeah,
I just want
but
like a
we'll-
version of that because I haven't been able to copy it ever.
I know. We'll say, just for the sake of it, that she does provide you with a small map. I don't have one on it. Making maps is difficult with with what I've got to work with, so excuse me.
I only want it in game because our characters are really bad with directions.
Okay, so for the sake of it, so-
Do they have like something on a wall or something? Is there like a physical thing that they have? 'Cause if there is, I can just copy it.
It's like
I
a
can
lonely
just make
she-
a copy with a minor illusion and silent image and that sort of
She does hand you a small map, and says, though this may not be the most accurate, this is one of the older hunting maps that that was used. It won't be good for hunting game, but it should give thou a lay of the land.
It's perfect.
So, is there any other information that thou may wish to hear?
That we don't have to come back here again before we are done. Where is the swamp thing, if you even know?
Well, that's one. Given it came from plane hunters, though inexperienced, they did give better accuracy. And she points to the map, an area that's basically south-southeast from you. That is about 4 hours of travel from Delcross. In terms of its terrain, I suppose, it is not as significant as such as an area to the north known as the Bone Swamps. It is far less liquid-based and more heavy mud. You may find travel to be a bit slow. There is not a amount of malicious creatures there, but those that are there are territorial. So thou might be wise to not disturb them, and heed their warnings should they see you.
Right. Oh god. Not to, don't mention the bone swamp again, please.
For what it is worth, it is far less larger in size than the bone swamps. I imagine even in the rough terrain, thou might be able to get across the swamp in about an hour or two. That is, if thou does go at a full pace as opposed to a search for creatures.
Right then.
Thank you for the information.
Also, so we never asked your name.
My name is Nina. I am a former plane hunter, now proprietor of the Delcross headquarters. And I also am one of the holders of knowledge among the plane hunters.
Holder of knowledge?
We do not hunt monsters merely to just kill them. We usually search for information that these monsters may be protecting. For example, one of the big questions that we have asked ourselves is of the great chromatic and metallic dragons as to why they choose their areas of roost. That does mean that we have indeed stumbled across other knowledge, which we have shared with the Kingdom of Jurhan. But primarily, a Keeper of Knowledge merely keeps track of any particulars about creatures we have fought.
I see then. That's actually really interesting, and if I don't mind asking, after we come back from these missions, is there any tomes of knowledge on creatures that I may be allowed access to read?
Should I wish to read some of the journals that we have, then thou art will be permitted. Though, given it is only myself that is looking after this place, I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to allow you to keep any of the books, nor would you be able to really stay long, as I must ensure that the headquarters keeps running as it is.
I understand. Thank you, though. Thank you so much for allowing me.
I figured it's a simple thing that allows plane hunters to live. Knowledge is an incredibly important tool, after all.
As a former college member, yes,
We're a college member.
hardly agree.
Oh my god.
Well, graduate.
Thou art not
Graduating from Delson.
Thou art not look
Yeah.
like one
Yeah.
from such college I may know of, though it may be that we refer to different schools.
Perhaps my college was from it's from off continent.
And what school of magic was it that thou was taught in?
I was taught from Yaren's Bard College, and well, I kind of made a theory both based on that as well as ancestral stuff that I learned.
So a bard. So that would be why it is that it seems so unfamiliar to see those not wearing traditional garb upon graduating. I suppose that the bardic colleges of the whatever continent you came from, must do things a bit differently there.
Yes.
Can't tell if you're being roasted or not.
Quite.
You don't know? Or, oh no, easiest way to tell these. Make an insight check.
Okay, sure.
No, I was kidding.
The-
If you really want to go with it, then
I
I was saying it's a
think
joke.
no. I think this is probably like Valith is probably just like doing the tennis court thing where he's just like looking back and forth between the two of them and it's sort of really confused as to what's going on, especially with Delson acting so weird. So yeah, I'll roll it. 7.
7. You have no idea.
I'm just like, how interesting and confusing.
Her unique way of speaking makes it difficult to ascertain.
Yeah. I'm like normal and Delson's pretty held together, but he's like, and it's hilarious. Sorry, I'm drawing a map right now because
Yeah,
I'm
right.
frustrated.
All right.
As a member of a folk.
So, what is it that you wish to do then? I nearly said, what is it that I wish to do? Goddamn. Trying to
With
mentally
this,
shift myself.
What
I
dost
shall-
now intend?
I shall give a nod, and then I will promptly stumble on my face outside the door. Because I'm fucking talented. I just want to lay there on the ground, just screaming internally.
I wonder what college fraternity he was in. That was like in one of the party ones.
That's such a good question.
It was actually one of the science ones.
What a nerd.
I mean,
Nerd.
I mean, he does have a license for alchemy, so.
And I mean,
Yes.
come on, he's a nerd. Of course he was with the nerds.
Exactly.
Oh, I need to watch
I-
Revenge of the Nerds again. I know.
Dom, I don't know where you got that name from, but it wasn't Amina, it was just Nina.
Oh, Nina.
Yeah.
I misheard that because there's children here. There's children here. They freaking.
Nina.
Alright, so you leave the Plane Hunters headquarters. What is it that you wish to do?
Hopefully not get lost while we go kill some things.
Yep, I
Do
will
we have
follow
all the
around
supplies
these.
we need?
I will follow.
I'm not
these
sure they will
people.
have much here, but if we are missing anything, it would be good to supply now.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm just checking if I need anything. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure I got everything I needed in Platinum Hold.
It might be a good. It might be a good idea to get some potion or something, just in case.
I'll then, if we're still here, I'll ask her if would there be anyone in town that would have any healing potions or something of that variety.
Well...
I know things are scarce at the moment.
Well, with the stockpiling of resources in case of the Horde attack, many of the apothecaries that you may speak to will probably refuse or, at a much higher price, offer. I, however, have a small stockpile of potions that we normally give to plane hunters. Obviously, with a great many of them sallying to the north, there is a few which I may part with at the normal price.
How many do you have?
Well, in my possession, I have 4 of the lesser health potions and 1 normal strength health potion. I'm willing.
I'll take the normal one.
Sure, I'll count out 200 gold pieces and give her 200 gold pieces for the lessers then.
Okay, so that would be for the normal one. That would be because you're buying in bulk. She lets you have a discount, so that is 100 gold for the normal one. And the lesser ones, obviously, you paid the 50 each, so she hands you them.
Awesome. And I tuck them in a little pouch that I have that now has 5 healing potions in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, you guys continue while I do that.
Yeah.
I'll hand them out when we're done.
With a bit of luck, I may have a few more of those in a couple of days, but for now, hopefully that will tide thee over.
Once again, thank you for your kindness and your help.
It is the least I can do for those brave enough to remain.
All right, guys, are you ready for my map?
Your map.
Yeah, I just drew a map
Okay.
of the region.
Hit us.
Yeah.
It'll be a moment because I have to scan it and stuff, but oh.
Does it meet the Ulu quota?
No, it doesn't. I hate you.
Okay.
But also, I love you guys at the same time, so it's fine.
It's one of those love-hate kind of deals.
Exactly.
Ready to woo it up.
New map, and quite literally everybody is like, ew, what's this?
What's this?
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just not going
Honestly,
to entertain this.
Exactly.
I would genuinely laugh if we come across like a goblin, warlock, or a wizard whose power is bestowing the curse of Uwu.
Yeah, that would be appropriate, and then we could murder him in cold blood.
Yeah.
Could murder everyone in cold blood that way.
That's basically all that Volith can do. He doesn't have hot blood.
Really?
Not really. He's a Goliath, and he's like talks like this and barely gets excited.
He is literally chill.
It's true.
Alright, so what is it that you guys do then while we wait for Beast with his map?
I would like to buy some rations, please.
Alright, that's easy enough to do. You're able to find a general store that's selling some rations.
Oh,
So, how many do they have?
They've been stockpiling, so they do have quite a few. So there isn't really a limit per se.
Okay, and how much are they?
They are 5 silver apiece, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's a map.
only missed
It's a
one
map.
corner, but whatever.
Map.
Map.
And then I guess I could probably have labeled that with the things that we're interested in, but you know, I wanted to leave it blank.
Blankety blank, blankety blank.
Oh, that's one for the Brits and the others.
Okay,
Yeah.
I drop down 20 gold on their counter and be like, as much rations as this can buy, please.
20 golden rations.
20 gold in rations, so that would get you 40 days worth of rations.
How much does that weigh?
That would weigh 80 pounds.
Okay. How much do you weigh, Fortune?
Let me check,
Yeah.
because I don't remember.
Let me pull out
150
these.
pounds.
So you're carrying
I
half
mean-
your weight in rations.
I would like to buy all of your rations and open an upmarket.
Just walks across the street and opens up his stall and starts selling rations. What the fuck?
I mean, we could store some of these rations in the bag thing, along with the arrows.
How much do rations
my carry
normally
weight?
weigh again?
2 pounds.
And that's for a day's
Which
worth?
keep it, 2 pounds for 1 day's worth of rations. Keep in mind, Fortune, you currently have 121 pounds on you, and your max carry weight is 165.
Yeah.
You are encumbered until you put that away.
I was just gonna store it on our cart.
Oh, that's perfect. We have a cart.
Okay. So we'll say for the sake of brevity that you all kind of band together to ensure that Fortune can actually walk.
Yeah, I see Fortune like is struggling, and I would immediately go and help her, and I would just like pick it up and carry it over my head or some shit like that. Let's see. I don't know how much that is. How do you calculate that again? Damn it.
What, like pulling, lifting, and such?
Yeah.
I think it's times 2, almost.
Strength score multiplied by 5, and mine is doubled.
Yeah.
Because it's one higher.
Because
so
you're one high, yeah. So yeah, you You're carrying it just fine.
That's 18.
But as you get to the stables, though,
540 is my carrying capacity. I'm gonna write that down.
yeah, I've got like a list here of like how much you can all have in terms of like weight and
What
such.
a good GM.
Yep, I keep track of a lot of things, man. Like I've got your passive perceptions, your push pull lift, your weights, your carry weights, the cart's weight, maximum weight, etc.
Nice.
I keep a lot of stuff written down. Anyway, so as you guys arrive at the stable, you are actually prevented from going there initially. There are several guards that are just kind of like barring the area. And as you approach this, hold, daily inspection. Just
Inspection for what?
the walls, the placements. We need to ensure that they are doing perfectly fine in the event that they appear. Commander Ven is currently there and he does not wish to be disturbed.
Okay.
And how long will it be?
So he began his inspection about an hour ago, so probably about maybe another 20 minutes on this side before he moves further along.
Okay, but we're trying to do a job here.
I understand that, but the safety of this city takes paramount over whatever it is that you are after.
We can wait, right, everybody?
It's annoying, but alright.
Fine, whatever.
Yes, we can wait.
We had a war, I suppose.
No,
I know.
no, Raya, no beating up the guard.
I mean, it's an option.
It is an option if you want to get arrested.
Could we sit
Again.
in
We've already done that.
We're not getting in any more trouble.
As we chat, I'll turn around again to the guard and say, "Is there anything we can do to help? We are plains hunters. We're looking to leave the city, but if we could sooner, by helping, we would like that."
The city is not in needing of being relieved. It is not under siege. We are merely preparing for the event that happens.
I meant with the inspection.
Just kind of like leans back slightly. Do not take this as offense, but none of you look even remotely qualified to ascertain such installments. Well, and he
I'm gonna
points to.
point to the door.
He does
Yeah,
point
like,
that.
we all
He
just look
yeah,
at
he
the,
just
like,
like
wow.
he does point to Dropnar after just a little thing. He's like, he might know something about the walls, but the weaponry probably not.
I mean, I know they're made out of stone. Also, come on.
On second thought,
You see a dwarf and you instantly think, oh, he must know about making snake. Go fuck yourself, mate.
But don't you, Trotnar?
Yeah, you've shown time and time again that you do. What?
True, but that's not the fucking point. He doesn't know me.
Well, the point we're making is that you do. What?
Okay, I have a passing interest in some masonry. That doesn't mean I can engineer a fucking defences against a barbarian army, okay?
well, as I say, I could imagine that you may know how well the walls are doing, but our actual weaponry, probably not. That said, we do have various dwarves that also inspect the walls alongside the commander, so it is still not necessary.
Can I do like a dwarf check, just like a dwarf proficiency check to see like how well the walls are actually holding up?
Go ahead and make what's
stone
the...
cutting.
Yeah, yes, yes, that would be your stone cutting feat. So what kind of... I forget what role that is that you do. I think it's like history or
It's
something.
intelligence history, is what it is.
Intelligence history. I'll let you have it. I'll let you do an intelligence check with advantage.
Yeah, it's related to origin of stonework and considered proficient in history skill.
Yeah, this is less about the history, more about the composition.
Yeah.
But I am fine to give you advantage for an intelligence roll.
Oh, cool. I'm sitting here. Okay, yeah.
I just-
So, but I don't have any proficiency bonus to the check, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, well, it's
Okay.
advantage still.
On intelligence.
7.
Yay.
It's difficult with the distance that you're at and just the simple fact that you're not near to the wall. It's difficult. I mean, they look strong.
Okay, good. What's- yeah, I think I'm like, I mean, they look sturdy. I mean, they're not falling down, you know. That's if breeze is knocking them off, it'll be fine.
While you're having this talk, you do see several individuals on the top of a wall that are walking by. You do see a few dwarfs, and you do see they like kind of like lean over the wall slightly and just like observe the front end of the wall.
Are any of them wardens?
No, none of them are wardens. They are wearing what appears to be like engineering garbs.
Just gotta check these things. Okay, carry on.
When you just kill them on sight, like
just,
God, yeah, basically.
there are a large number of.
Decision.
You can see that there's one or two gnomes that are also there. The one that sticks out the most, though, is you can see a like a small contingency of guards that are just like keeping an eye near everybody. But most of them are gathered around near a particular person, a person in particular. He is a large humanoid. He is about as tall as Valif.
damn,
Completely.
he's definitely human.
Yes, from what you can see, he's human. He has somewhat lightly tanned skin. From this distance, you can see like markings on the left side of his face. It's difficult to see from this distance. He's got large plate mail on in the sigil of the Lord's Guard, and on his back you can see a large serrated glaive as he walks by. As the guard turns around and looks up, he says, "That would be Commander Ven."
Commander Ven, is it? Okay.
Yes, he is one of the. Sure,
Raya, no, Raya.
Oh god.
sure. If that's what Raya does, Raya just basically
Well,
screams
I
out
bearing this horse.
and screams out a profanity. Commander doesn't seem to notice.
If I doesn't notice you.
Yeah.
Raya's just a troublemaker today, it seems.
Yeah.
I think Raya's still drunk from the night before, actually.
Raya is
Yeah.
devastated.
The guard, when you had yelled it, the guard actually does like a look of just shock. And when he sees there's nothing there, it's like, I feel that he is a bit more preoccupied with his inspection than the ramblings of a centaur.
I choose to
Also,
pat.
how far
Can I
away
pat
is
Raya on the head and just be like, "They're there"?
As in how far you guys are from him?
from this absolute beefcake?
Um,
Man of my dreams.
so from where you guys are to the wall, it's about 20 feet away, and the wall itself is about 30-40 feet up on this particular area.
Oh, okay.
So he's not super close, but given his size and the fact that he's on an elevated area, it's pretty easy to spot him.
Well, guess we just sit here and wait to get our horses and Dio.
Yeah. I'll actually also say as well, Nemesis, you vaguely recognize Ven.
Oh god.
What?
You vaguely recognize him because you've only ever seen him once. And that was the one time, and that was during one of the many dinners that were hosted by your family, in which, in a drunken rage, he nearly beat one of your servants to death because the ale cake he was using ran dry. As far as you're aware from that one time, he has got a temper. But you don't know much more about him other than that.
Oh, jeez.
Great. Okay.
Is that why they gave him a job like in the absolute middle of nowhere comparatively?
You don't know.
He's literally on the opposite side of the continent from where that would have taken place.
Oh.
We'll keep in mind as well that Delcross is considered a major Jurhanian city, and it is ruled by a noble family.
For sure. It'd be like if you were a New York cop and they're like, "We're sending you to LA, dude. Fuck you."
Yeah.
Yep. So, anyone want to play or some cards or something while we wait?
Ooh, how
You
do you
play
play?
what? You
Actually,
cut
do I know-
out.
Anyone want
Cards.
to play like Dragon Chest or cards?
Vaguely know how to play cards.
Then why don't we have some language learning lessons?
20-minute test.
It's 15
Quick,
minutes at
quiz
this
me.
point.
Yeah, we chatted. So
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect time to work on your dwarvish conjugation. Oh.
So we'll say for the brevity that you guys do whatever it is that you need to do, kill time for about 15 minutes. And you watch as, like, every couple of minutes you see some guards come by. And then you hear, like, nearby just like, halt, inspection! And you watch as they're essentially, like, doing a gradual, like, moving. Like, they're basically creating an area where you can't get through. And they're just moving on once the actual inspection team, moves on themselves. And eventually, you see one of the other guards come up, just like tap the other one on the shoulder. Right, okay. You will be free to head to your destination momentarily. We thank you for your patience, and do keep safe out there.
So we can have our horses now.
Yes, the stables should now be free of the inspection area, so you should be able to obtain your livestock and be on your way. And with that,
It's not just horses.
he heads towards the wall, turns left, and moves forward.
So yeah, so are we going to be hooking up right this time?
I'll leave that up to you.
Raya, I'll be honest with you. If you do this, there's a bottle of ale in it for you. Two bottles.
Sure, he said fine, man.
It's so she can be less upset.
All right. So,
2.5.
Now that
3.
you've offered two, you need to offer her another.
2.5 is my
Clearly, you're
final
holding
offer.
back.
5.
2 3/4. That's
Oh
all
my
you're
god.
doing. 2 3/4, and maybe I will help you with talking to someone. You know, like that guy who blew you off.
Yeah, because you do so well at flirting yourself.
He's much better as a wingman, to be honest.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, there was that one wild night in Platinum Hall when I came back when I had a dwarf recently.
I'm the wingman here.
Yeah, he's like a floating wingman.
So we'll say, for the sake of brevity, then that you guys get to the
Fine, I
stable.
can maybe try to schedule that you guys get into a friendly
Oh my
sparring
God.
session.
Well, I think we just continue, Dom.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you guys go ahead and the Discord is where the RPing stuff happens, because I've already made it clear what I say with that stuff. Anyway, so you guys get your cart, you hook up the Brutus and I assume Raya to the cart. So what happens with Deodrin then? Oh,
Yeah,
he's
I was
muted.
muted.
Yeah, you
Can I ride him bareback?
You can, but it'll probably be a bit uncomfortable.
I'll do it anyways.
Okay. Alright, so you get on your appropriate mounts and you leave the city. You are, the guards do make sure that you're not carrying anything out that you shouldn't be, but they eventually allow you to leave the city, and the gate promptly does close behind you. So, whereabouts is it that you are going to head to?
Well, if we left the city and didn't actually decide on which direction we were going, we just got all the information. We're like,
Go to the forest or the swamp first?
Well,
What's closest?
Closest would be... Let me just look
probably the guys to the west. The conflict between whatever's going on in the forest there, as opposed to the creatures. And plus, that seems like it would be more time sensitive.
Yep, let's go back into the forest.
Okay, so you're gonna head through to the west, the western forest, yeah?
Right.
Okay. So, are you just skirting by, or are you just gonna go straight through?
Should we go? Should we go?
We need the element of surprise.
Do we want to
that-
pop in and say hi to our Warforged friend?
He literally said he never wanted to see us again.
He did say that. He said never come back.
He misses us. He does. He's just playing hard to get.
Yeah, let's not bother Sean.
Okay.
You will let Sean do his Sean stuff.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So you guys are gonna
So what-
skirt around the first forest and get to the actual forest that you mentioned. That was mentioned even.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. All right. So, Raya's obviously the one that's directing the way through, and you've got the map. So I just need someone to make a perception check.
I'll do that. Perception. Yes, Queen.
A 2. A natural 1, actually, I should say.
Yeah, that's in that one.
That is indeed a natural 1.
What? Wait, why didn't we ask Gratian to do this?
Normally he does every time, but he's
Yeah.
not here really, so whatever.
All right. So
He's okay.
you.
Yeah,
It's
same, bro.
Okay. So
Oh yeah, he's not actually like that kind of ranger. I remember.
yeah, you're not. He's not a ranger. That is what's the word?
Good at ranging.
Brain. Yeah, good at ranging. That's the word I was looking for, clearly. Okay, so you begin to make your way to the west, staying closer to the main wall. Not main wall, main road. Until eventually, following the map, it takes you onto a dirt path, basically. You follow this path for about an hour or so. You can see that it starts to get a little bit hilly, but eventually you kind of dip into a small valley. And I'm just going to move us over to a place here, because with that natural 1... Yep, so... so unfortunately, because of how bad it is, you guys, as you're just kind of like walking, Brutus stops suddenly, because Brutus has, you know, the whole animal instincts thing going for him, as it's an
Keep fucking
element.
moving.
Like, yeah.
As you try and get him to move forward, he kind of like backs up a bit. You
Hey, what's wrong with him?
you end up hearing very close, probably about 10 feet away, a low growl. Just a...
Like 10 feet down.
As you look to your right, you can see a... You first mistake it for like just a cat until you realize that this cat is very big. And then it kind of clicks in that this... No, you can see the orange fur with black stripes down the side of it.
Tony!
It's Tony.
And then you look to your left, and you see coming from some shrubbery, another 2. You look behind, There's a further 2.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
That's
they're big.
terrifying.
Yeah,
pack
these are.
hunting, pack hunting tigers.
Yep.
Oh hell no!
And running towards you is another 2. So, well, I put your guys' on here. Don't roll initiative yet, because I need to put your shit on here.
The fucking lot. Okay.
Yeah, you guys were hunted
Middle
by.
of the jungle. Yeah.
Well, keep in mind that this area is a bit more tropical.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was imagining. It just with
Yeah.
the trees on the map.
Yeah, that's it. Because I don't have much access to the trees, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Jonas pie.
I'm throwing your tokens on here so that you guys can actually roll your initiatives. So when your tokens are on there, just go ahead and roll. I'll control Floriana.
I crit.
We're gonna put Hanel.
So that's a
Wait a second, let me just find Hanel. That's Hanel. Diorian. I don't have a token for Diorian, so I'm just going to use that default one for now.
Yay.
Or can I quickly change that? I could probably get a deer.
Your
Yeah.
2 points are back.
Yeah, so you're back to full health and everything, so...
Well, there goes my.
It's just...
Wait a minute, did we have a speech this morning?
1, 2, 3, roll.
No, you didn't. You know, actually, I'm going to throw the
Unless you
deer.
just-
I'm just
well,
going to
I
throw
guess
the deer.
Unless you guys,
I'm going to throw the
unless
deer
you want to
as
include
token
the scalding
instead.
we got as a inspirational speech, because I think that's
I
reasonable.
don't feel like that's very inspiring.
Yeah, so I'm just going to throw frickin' that there. So I'll use a deer for
Is that
Dorian.
inspiring in like a sort your shit out kind of way?
Yeah.
Want the extra hit points.
Yeah, it's just like I think it makes sense given the game. It's mechanically
We
it's
are-
cool, and story wise.
This is purely one for Peach to decide on if she
Sweetie,
allows
we are
it.
surrounded on all sides by stripey death. We could use the help.
Straight be dead.
If you felt genuinely inspired, which I know that you all weren't, you just want the points, but if you felt genuinely inspired, you can take the points.
I can retcon as much as I want, thank you.
I don't think Volith was because he didn't actually take it, but other people might have.
I
So,
wasn't that.
If
to
you
be
want
fair, I wasn't inspired.
free hit points, take hit points.
I mean, honestly, anything that Nem says to Fortune inspires her.
I mean,
I will.
Okay.
that's
I
the
will
power of Big Gay, not actually.
I will throw down my life for the thickness.
Dang it, I can't select the elk, but that was his initiative.
Can you get
Okay.
thickness?
Okay, I cannot seem to find what the hell's happened with some of my tokens. Like it's not showing the cart stuff anymore, so whatever. You know, whatever. I'll use this for Brutus. I'm just throwing this stuff here. So I'll just quickly give me a second. There we go. Battle music. So now I'll just quickly assign where you guys would all be. So you guys would be roughly here. This is where the cart would be. That's one would be there. And L would be around here. Technically, he's on your spot. I just don't have space.
Oh,
There we go.
oh my god, that's so good.
Alright, so I'm just
where
gonna...
Well, I guess I'm the first one to go, so damn it. Or maybe no, I'm not. It's Fortune. Nice.
Right, so I'm just rolling for
It's alright, I'm
Brutus.
just still-
Now, keep in mind, Brutus and Riot are both attached to this cart. Yeah, your key points are all back. So...
Roll for her now. Okay.
So that 10 is Hanel's, got it. And I take it that 10 that you got there, Dom, was Georgian, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Now,
that case.
it's time...
No, wait. Actually, the 10 was mine. Georgian's was the 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the 10 was also mine, and then this one is Hanel's.
Alright.
Dang it,
I
now.
didn't roll yet.
21,
Gosh.
12, and let me just get the tiger sheet up so I can roll their initiative. This is going to be the big question. What's their initiative going to be like?
Mhm. That's the real important one. Because they're actually probably dexterous, so they're gonna fucking. Yeah, see one of them at least.
We should skin them and make rugs so we can sell them.
And then we have the one that rolled a 3. Let's name that one
That
Kevin.
one is clearly
That
the
one.
stupid one.
Yeah,
He's
that
in the
one's...
back, he's cross-eyed.
I'm just going to
Yep, that one's
shift them
Kevin.
there, so that's
Oh,
where you guys
no.
would be.
It's Kevin.
Okay, so... oh yeah, I need to roll for Floriana.
Definitely.
There we go. Floriana,
It's
initiative.
Kevin Ghidorah.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
this
that
kind of
is...
off-topic tick. What was the city that was like north of us that started with a K? That was like Krant or Kranf? I can't read it on the map.
Kianf.
It's stupid Ubu. Kianf? Okay.
The one that's like north of Platinum Hold and
Yeah.
west of Exeter, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, yeah. Okay, so, top of the round, Fortune.
What's your ass doing?
If I go over here, does the horse technically count as an ally?
Technically, yes.
I would like to go over here.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15. This tiger gets an attack of opportunity on you.
Can I use my bonus action to disengage with it?
Okay, so your bonus action disengage, so 5, 10, 15, 20. That puts you on flank. And obviously it doesn't get an attack of opportunity on you.
And I'd like to go with my normal route of trying to slash at it.
Okay, so go ahead with advantage, because flanked.
You forget you have your new weapon.
I do have my new weapon.
See rapier.
I use my rapier.
23 hits. It's a tiger, it doesn't have a lot of it doesn't have a lot of armor. So go ahead and roll damage. 7 points of damage plus your sneak attack.
Yeah.
Oof. That's some big girl damage right there.
Very big girl.
So you just like stab into its side flank, it turns around like Alright, so you use your bonus action, so you can't use your offhand attack.
Yep,
So that's so that's your turn.
Actually,
I'll-
I do have one quick question.
Yes.
Since I now have 3 different weapons, can I switch out my dagger with the short sword?
You would
Since it's also one-handed?
you would have to drop. Yeah, you can, but like if you were to like say if you're holding your rapier and your dagger and you want to switch to your short sword, you would have to actually like drop the dagger and then take out the short sword.
I just wanted to know if I could do that.
Because it would take an action for you to like sheath it and then pull out another weapon, whereas as for a free action you could just like drop and then unsheath.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, it is now the tiger that you just attacked. Oh, what was
I
that?
see Raya on the turn order.
Oh, wait, what? Did yours not show up? One second. Did you...
Well, Denise did it, but I don't.
Hmm.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, you might not have clicked on your
She's
icon.
just at the very bottom, but
No, she didn't click on the on her token. I don't think it's fine. I've added her in
Oh,
manually.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I said I've put it on there, so it's
one of
fine.
those little things that it doesn't matter how long you use Roll20.
Yeah, it's an occasional mistake. Yeah.
Oh
Now that
my god,
turtle
she had...
just disappeared. Was it
Yeah,
supposed
same.
to?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Oh wait, I've got. So if I remove the turn order thing to like hide stuff, you guys can't see it. That's weird.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. I
That-
always used
that's-
to do that.
that's annoying.
Like, everybody would complain, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
I didn't know. Okay, it is now the tiger which you just attacked, Fortune. It's going for you. It is going to do... And I'm making sure I read all this right because I don't want to make any more fuck-ups like before. Yeah, it is going to make a bite attack on you.
Okay.
That is a natural 2, so that is not going to hit. Nope. So that is the end of its turn because tigers, they're not actually that bad. It's Hanel's turn.
Do-do-do.
Stomp the cat. Stomp the cat. It's just like a rabbit, but a lot bigger.
That's what I was thinking. Hold on. do a trampling charge on this one.
So there's a rock in the way. That is
There's
a rock.
in the way.
That is a
That's
boulder.
A rock.
That is a boulder.
I thought that was like a tree.
Nope. That's a tree.
It's a fat rock.
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
a nice boulder.
I like that boulder. That is a nice boulder.
Yeah. Well, it says at least 20 feet in a straight line.
Yep. And I think Canel's
Okay,
got 40
then I'll
feet.
go to this guy.
Okay, so you need to go there just so you don't crash into the cart. But I'll say for the sake of it, I can't find the cart for some reason. I'll say for the sake of it that you can do the trampling charge. So go ahead and make your attack.
Do. Oh,
Oh.
trying to remember how to do this for horses. All right,
5. That misses.
does not hit, so
Yep.
it does not have to make a saving throw, and I do not get my bonus attack.
Yep. So as you
Okay.
begin charging, you watch as the tiger's like getting ready to pounce. It sees you and it jumps back as Hanel like comes charging through. You like are able to pull Hanel to a stop, but now the tiger is basically looking at you.
Yep.
Val, if you're up.
Definitely have a real life reaction to these being cats and the fact that I'm like, I don't want to hurt them because they're cats. But I have to.
They're big cats.
I will just
They do what
stand
must
up
be
because I
done.
was kind of like on the cart, and I'll stand up and just Eldritch Blast the one, this one here,
Okay, go ahead and make your attacks.
and then probably.
Are we just
again.
bullying this cat?
13. Damn, that's a shitty roll.
Yeah, just hits.
Oh, nice. Because they are just free creatures. That's also shitty.
Yeah, that's not as impressive. Isn't it 2 bolts that you fire? Ooh,
Yeah, I just was doing them individually.
13.
Oh wait, well they're not supposed to be at.
at disadvantage. But yeah, it's another 13, so that hits.
Okay. Wow,
Not too
fuck, man.
Wow, not...
Today's rolls.
Just-
I already rolled a crit, so I guess that's what I get.
Yep. The dice giveth, and the dice taketh away.
And then I will add that because that's my action, and then I will bonus action cast Shadow Blade.
Okay.
Duality of
So I'll, and then as both my hands are extended, I will then like clasp them together and then just summon a blade.
Alright. So that's your turn.
That's pretty cool.
It's now the tiger. Seeing that there is a... Actually, who would the tiger want to go for? Yeah, go for that. So you watch as it, like... Fortune, you look to your right as one of the tigers, like, backs up 10 feet and then charges forward. It's going to use its pounce attack on you. So it first needs to hit on this.
God, it's really out in the open.
Natural 20.
That's really bad. That's incredibly bad.
And I need you
Yeah.
to make a strength saving throw.
Can I also hellish rebuke this cat?
Son of a bitch.
Sure. So it's a wisdom saving throw, isn't it?
I think it's
Fortune
dexterity.
needs to
Dexterity.
Stop running into battle alone.
yeah.
We can save her and revive her. We got 5 health potions.
No, wait, that's a dex save then.
Don't jinx
It's a
it.
dex
Don't
save.
jinx it.
I'm knocking on wood right now. Okay.
That is a natural 2 on its dex save, so it's going to take the damage. But in the meantime, you take 11 points of slashing damage. And strength of 13, you just make the save.
Oh no, man.
So you just what? Ooh, 10 points of damage. That is painful for it. So you just watch as it leaps up. It lands. You feel its full weight land on you as the claws like sink into your neck. It tries to like press you down onto the ground, but you're able to like twist your way out of it. And as you do, you basically yell at it in Infernal, and you watch as it like temporarily sets on fire before it just like
Kitty!
shakes itself to try and get the flames off it. I mean, it's looking hurt.
You said that was 11 points of damage?
10. Oh no, for that you took 11 points. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. It's now the other tiger's turn. He will go for... got a good choice of things to go for, so I'm just gonna roll for this one.
Hit me! Hit me with your car!
Hit me!
So with that roll, he is going to use Pounce as well on Deodran. So first,
I wish to.
well,
I wish to.
first let's see the attack.
Cutting this.
Yep. That is a 12 plus.
Yeah.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, I'm cutting that.
Okay. 17, that brings it down to 13.
Wait, 17 minus 5.
No, wait, no, 12 even. I can't math.
Yeah.
I was off by 1.
Yep.
Okay.
In that case, it just barely misses.
So you just basically, you use your current word spell and it lands, it like crashes down. Georgian does get scratched a bit on the leg, but not one that would actually cause damage, as he's just able to backpedal enough. And just like the tiger's just looking up like... Brutus is... He's going to make a strength check to try and break the bindings of what's keeping him on the cart. That's a 7, so nope. Oh yeah, he's being swamped by tigers. He's on full, like, survival mode at the moment.
Damn it, Brutus.
Alright, Gratian, you're up.
I'll use my movement to go 20 down, 10 to the left. Right? No, left.
So that brings you right next to the tiger that just attacked Fortune.
Okay. Then we'll stabby stab.
Okay, with advantage, because he is flanked.
Yeah.
Natural 20, nice.
Yeah, boy.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Big gray DPS.
Okay, that is a 12. That is 16 points of damage for the first hit. And a further 10, so that's 26 points of damage in a single turn. This, you basically, like, nearly slice off one of its legs. It is still standing, but it is looking super rough. Okay, so this tiger over here is going to 5, 10... Nah, it doesn't have enough. Actually, no, it would have backed off and did a pouncing attack on Hanel. Because it's going for the big meaty boy. So that is a 16 to hit for Hanel.
That hits.
Okay, I need Hanel to make a strength check. Jeez, that was shit damage. He also takes 4 points of slashing damage. 20 save, yeah, he's fine.
Big boy Hanel.
Like, as Hanel's just, like, backing up to get ready, you turn and you see this tiger, like, leaping up at you. It lands on, it, like, partially lands on Hanel's, flank. And, like, Hanel just staggers a bit, but is able to, like, shove him off. But you can see there are some thin, like, divots of where the claws have sunk in. Okay, Floriana's turn. If I was Floriana, I would. Well, I'd do that, but... Okay, I'm just going to be safe, and I'm just going to Ray of Frost this one. 23, that hits! So she deals... How much damage is that for Ray of Frost? 2d8 cold plus a charisma. Ooh, 2 4s. That's nice. 2 4 plus 4. 12 points of damage on that one. Okay.
Big girl damage.
So that is her turn. Delson, you're up.
It's time to test out this Atlantean rapier. Nice. I'm going to stab. I'm going to try to stab. Thing is, not letting me select this boy.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
Is it with advantage?
Yep, he is technically flanked by Hanel and Nemesis.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
In this turn, we bully a cat.
22! That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay.
When did you get an adamantine rapier?
He bought it during the 2 weeks downtime.
Oh, so
I'm pretty sure that you weren't there.
Yeah, I think that was
yeah,
during
that
one
was,
of the times.
that was the month of darkness. I thought.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You stab
damage.
into its rib cage and like kind of twist it a bit. The tiger steps back. It's looking rough.
Join in the bullying, Nemesis.
All right. Nemesis, you're up.
Oh, there's shit all over my screen because I have 10,000 characters.
I know the feels.
Bully cat.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna hit the cat twice.
Okay, we'll see if there's a big fit there. And yeah, you are flanking him, so it's with advantage.
Advantage. Punch the kitty.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage on that one. And that hits.
Alright. So.
Okay, so with the first hit, you smash down onto its back left leg. You hear an audible crack as the thigh of it actually gives out and it falls down. And as it like turns around to try and in a last-ditch effort swipe at you, you slam the hammer down directly on top of its skull. You hear a loud crunch, and the tiger falls down, dead.
We did it.
Okay, I think I succeeded in bullying it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna move with Hanel over here. Trying to go to these two squishy idiots.
But keep in mind, you can only move on Hanel's because you're mounted on him. So you'd have to
Oh, and he
dismount.
has a speed of 60, so technically I can.
But
Okay,
you-
so I just have to wait to do his turn. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's fine.
unless you were
That's
to, unless
really
you were to,
badass. I'm gonna be honest.
unless you were to dismount off the horse, in which case Hanel's on
I'll
his
stay
own.
on Hanel. I like Hanel.
Okay, yeah, because essentially when you're mounted on somebody, you're using their movement speed, but it can only be on their turn because it's them. All right, Trofnar, you're up.
Okay, can I ask a really embarrassing newbie question?
Yes,
I've always wondered, what, you know, on the attacks and spellcasting bit,
yes.
in the columns, what does ATK mean? Mine says +7.
Attack.
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 So then mine says +7.
Yeah, so basically when you roll
That's
an
wrong.
attack, your proficiency modifier plus your strength modifier is +7. Because I assume you've got because I imagine your proficiency. Because if I remember correctly, your proficiency at your level is +3,
Yes, indeed.
and your strength
Welcome to
modifier
a month
is
away from
+4.
the year anniversary of the campaign.
I never asked, okay?
This is actually it's funny you say that. I think that this week is actually technically the anniversary week.
Hey.
This is when the first session went up on YouTube.
Nice.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Then it might be like, wouldn't it have been last week then if the first session went up on YouTube this week?
Pretty much, yeah, but I don't keep track of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit to keep.
Yeah.
So how are...
Right on. Very cool.
So did Brutus break his bones?
No.
And what about Raya? Is she still chained up?
Yes, because it hasn't been her turn yet.
Oh gosh, okay. Can she unchain herself? Does she have that power?
It would require her to use an action, but yes.
Okay, can I... I'm gonna go to this one here.
Alright, you kind of can't because there's Raya, Deodran,
Oh, well, okay.
and Brutus in the way. You have
That's
essentially
fine.
body blocked.
Yeah, there's like a cart right here too, basically.
Yeah, I can't find the token for some reason. I don't know if it's been removed or something.
Can I go to this?
Yeah,
Oh,
you can
here
get.
then.
Yeah, you can get to that one from there.
Yay. Thank can I try to, in the kindest way possible, cut his fucking head off with my axe?
Yes, go ahead and make your attacks. I'm
Yeah, boy.
I'm trying to find like the actual date when the first episode went up on my YouTube channel. Just so that I knew for my own knowledge. Yeah, both of those hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Oof. That is bad luck on the rolls there. That is 13 points of damage. Alright, so you just slash into it. You're able to slash across like its chest and part of its neck. It's still alive, and it's looking hurt at the very least. You know, you did hurt it.
Yay.
Is it mad?
I'm helping.
Very mad. Alright, that's your turn. That tiger is now dead. Raya, you're up.
Okay, so I guess I'll use one of my actions to, unchain myself.
Okay, so that's your action. So you've now got your movement and your bonus action left.
Okay, can I use, my bonus action to use, I think it's Stunning Strike on this tiger in front of me? Wait, I can never figure out.
So with that, you would need to make an attack first. I actually read up on this stuff. And thank you, Marissa Ray, for running into those problems before I did. So you can do a stunning strike, but you need to make an attack first. As a bonus action, you can make a offhand attack, and it's just if you hit with that attack, then you can spend a key point for stunning strike. Natural one. Yeah, it's a natural one, so it misses. So you just struggle and get like the bardings off you, and as you do, you can see one of the tigers like you think it's about to rear up, and you like flick your fist out to try and hit it, but it's short and you don't actually hit anything. Okay, so that would be your turn, unless you want to use your movement.
Yeah, episode 1 was August 4th. That's when it was uploaded.
So tomorrow, technically.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's just because.
So it would be this
That makes
today.
sense. That's how years work.
Yep. I have not got that thing I had planned ready because it kind of slipped my mind. But it's also I'm waiting on some stuff. But once it's done, I will let you all know. Okay.
Interviews?
It's not interviews, no. It's something different. It's something I'm asking. It's something I got a friend doing to help me with.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, but that is Raya's turn. Not David, no. He's busy with his own thing. So this one.
It's the first thing I thought too. Like,
Yeah.
David?
You think so? No. I got some friends who's helping me with some stuff. All right, so this tiger is gonna go straight for Brutus with a pounce attack himself because they're at the perfect distance. Like that natural one perception got them in the perfect spot. So not flanked, so that is still a 18. So that means that Brutus needs to make a. I forget. Oh yeah, that's the stats I was using for Brutus, the riding horse. So let me just pull up the stats for that because I need him to make a strength saving throw. Does not make the save. Okay, so first most, Brutus takes, 4 points of slashing damage. That was a terrible roll. It's a natural one. However, because he failed the strength saving throw, he's knocked prone. And one of the features that a tiger can do is, as a bonus action, it can make a bite attack.
No, it bites.
Yep.
No.
And it gets advantage because he's prone. Which sucks, because that was a 3 and then a 17. So...
Brutus now becomes a were tiger.
And that is... Okay. That was looking for Brutus. That was a terrible roll. But Brutus is looking really bad. Like you can see, you watch as it like digs its claws into the front of Bruce's chest and knocks it down, and then just bites down onto Bruce's neck. Bruce is, thrashing about, but he's looking really bad. Right, that is that tiger's turn. This one, it can't do a pounce attack, so it's just going to run up to Trofnar and do a bite. Oops. That's a natural 2, so that doesn't hit. It's always the 2s. It's never 1s, it's 2s. Alright, Diorion's up.
Okay, then. I am going to give him the command to stomp in this tiger's face.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack for Diorion.
Shit, man. That's all you had to
You can
say.
just hear him. Yeah.
Alright.
Yep.
Well, it's not one prone opponent, but you know. 21 hits.
Okay.
Alright, so as you say this, you hear Dorian go, "On it, boss man!" And he leaps up, like he doesn't even raise his other hoof, he just raises up one and smashes it directly into his forehead. 8 points of damage. That is painful. So as he
That's
just...
one concussed kitty.
So awesome.
Yeah, so he just like backs away, he's like... you can see his tiger is now dead set on Diorion. Alright, Fortune, you're up. Fortune?
I'm sorry, I was muted. I would like to stay here and attack the same kitty.
This one?
Yes.
Go ahead. Technically, you still got advantage, because even though Hanel's in a bad way, he is still alive.
In Brutus.
Roll one more.
Brutus, that's it, sorry.
Got advantage.
There's two hotties. Shush.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll again. I mean, that hits, but go ahead and roll again, see if you get a nat 20. No, okay. 21 still hits, so go ahead and roll damage, and then you sneak attack.
Okay.
7 points of damage. For that, and 8, and it is... What's that? Let me add this up. 15 points. It's looking really rough.
Can I go ahead again with the dagger?
Yep. So go ahead, make your attack.
Still with advantage?
Yep, because it's still flanked. That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage. Use the D. Actually, don't roll damage because it only had 1 health left. So, like, you stab, like, partially into its ribs. As it turns around, you, like, take out your dagger, twist it, reverse grip, and just stab it into the neck. And as it just, like, thrashes a bit, it falls down to the ground dead.
Can I just kneel next to it and pet its head? You're gonna be a good rug.
Oh my god.
Sure.
You're gonna be a good rug, is
Okay.
that what you said?
So it's good that you killed that one, because that was its turn next.
Yeah.
What's
Good
the closest
call.
taxidermy?
You don't know.
I do not know, that's why I'm asking.
It's like normal tanning.
Yeah, tanning areas potentially may have taxidermists.
Okay.
Do you want a stuffed tiger?
Oh my god, we can make tiger plushies.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
You guys are ridiculous.
You guys
We do
are
have, like,
awful.
I will 100% agree with you. We do have enough fur. This is a lot of tigers. This is a good situation, guys.
Keep in mind that because you guys are engaging them in just overall combat, you are damaging the furs.
For sure.
So,
the one that
it
I
will-
kill might be, if I don't hurt it, I don't know. If I just deal psychic damage to it, then it won't hurt it at all. So that
Well, it's already been. Well, the one which you attacked is already dead. It's had its skull
this
crushed
is
in,
gonna be
and
the
it's
one I'm
like.
shooting, but yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's it is Hanel's turn.
Yeah, it is Hanel's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and run over here.
You can't, Drafnar's in the way.
Hey.
Hanel's a large creature.
Fucking move!
Over.
You should be able to
Hold on,
squeeze
wait,
through that.
wait,
You could just like move through this at half
I-
speed, maybe,
I-
like at half movement.
I'll allow that then, if at half speed. I'll allow you
That's
to
just-
squeeze
yeah,
through
that's
at
just
half
the
speed.
rules.
Hold on. Am I tall enough and she's... No, is she tall enough and I'm short enough so she could, like, leapfrog me?
She's on a horse.
Hanel would have to make an athletics check if he wants
So
to
you
jump
can
over.
try to be a jump for a horse, but
Yep. I'll say
Doesn't
you.
matter, I have 60 feet of movement anyways, so this
10,
is 30 feet.
20. Okay, 25 feet from there. So you've still got another 35 feet.
I didn't get the sense that in character,
There you go.
Nemesis would not give a shit about trampling trough.
Let's see, so 5, 10, 15. 20, 25 can just make it.
Oh, there we go. Ta-da. And then hoof stomp.
Okay. Natural 1.
Man, so many ones today.
Yeah.
Oh,
One.
And I'll just like he veers around Gratian, and then at the same time, like as he tries to stop, he tries to like rear up and kick the tiger, but the tiger like ducks down a little bit and it just misses.
I
And
wonder if, like, I could put spikes on Hanel's hooves so they do more damage.
Give him
I
some
mean,
metal
you'd have to see if
stabby
someone's
hoof.
willing to
That's
do
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can always ask. You can always ask your Smith or someone like that. You never know. I mean, fans of season 1 of Critical Role know that they upgraded Trinket, who was just a bear familiar, for
Yeah, he had like bullet armor.
bullet armor. Yeah, they upgraded him and such, and I'm in the same case in that one. But as he like lands down, Nemesis, you hear a voice in your head just go, "Shit." Right,
It's okay. You'll get him next time.
Val, if you're up.
I'll like turn around from having my hands extended out to the one in front of me, and then because I've heard Brutus fall and screaming, and then I'll just hurl the knife out at this tiger here.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack.
Full health and big money. Ah, fuck.
Misses.
God damn it! So many. I
Like
don't know about five guys. Fuck my
it just like twists a bit, trying to finish Brutus off, and as it does, the dagger just goes, just crosses the top of the head.
disappears into dust on into the ground, and it's gone.
Yep.
And then I will, and then summon it back, and then just ready myself for another throw.
Okay. So you're not going to use movement or your action? Oh no, your action was
my
to attack
the
it.
attack.
Yeah.
So I bonus action summoned it back, and that's it.
Alright, gotcha. Okay. So, this wounded tiger is going to use the disengage action. And he is going to essentially limp away. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. No attack of opportunity, because again, he uses action to disengage. So, he is running away. This tiger is going to make just a claw attack on Giorian. No pounce, because he needs to back away and he doesn't want to take an attack of opportunity. That is a 23 to hit. I'm going to assume that 23 hits. Giorian.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Not
so,
Dio.
So Giorian
James, yeah.
takes 8 points of slashing damage.
King of that parade.
As he
Okay,
just-
he's still alright.
Yeah, as he lunges forward and just rates across the side of his neck. Alright, Brutus. He's going to use half his movement to get up. He's going to try and break the restraints again. Just breaks it, and he is going to run.
You idiot.
He's on fight or flight.
You dumb
20. So attack of opportunity from the tiger. That is a... What is Bruce's armor class? Yeah, that'll hit. So... Alright. So, as it like throws off the tiger and it begins to run away, you watch as the tiger like prepares itself, leaps forward, grabs onto like the back part of Brutus, and just digs deep, and you watch as Brutus just collapses to the ground.
Yay.
And
Another dead horse.
yep, so he didn't actually move there, so he's there. Alright. Gratian, you're up.
Damn it.
Am I able to go over and cure wounds, Brutus?
You can certainly try.
Alright. Let's see.
So you go up to him, you lean down and cast a spell. Nothing.
Let me see. Oh.
The wounds are too deep.
Pretty lame, wasting a spell. Okay.
I'll say for the sake of it, it doesn't use the action. Because it becomes apparent as you start casting the spell, there's no effect. So I will say you still have your action.
Then Do I still have my bonus action too?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna apply Flare Spray to the tiger over by Trofnar to the right.
Okay.
And do I have the movement to get over there?
So that was 5, 10 there, so 5, 10, 15. Yeah, you got enough.
Oh, sweet. Then I'll stab it.
Okay, make it 2 attacks.
Alright. At normal.
Normal, yep.
That's one.
First one hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alright.
6 points plus another d6. That's 2. That's 8 points of damage in total.
Alright.
Alright. It's looking hurt, but it's, just a single wound that's taken. Alright. So, it's now the other tiger's turn. He's going to move here, and he's going to make a bite attack onto Trofnar. Yet eat a 18 to hit.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Alright. So you take a total of 11 points of piercing damage.
Okay, sure.
As lunges forward and clamps down partially into your shoulder. It starts it starts tussling you about, kind of. You keep your ground and just are able to pry it off. But you can see there's some deep wounds in your shoulder.
Do I now have the power to transform into a tiger at midnight?
You don't know.
Tiger. Nice.
All right.
That would be cool. Oh. Anyways. Sorry.
Just the thought of it.
Well, just kind of maybe a potential realization, but let's continue.
Okay, so
Ooh, indeed.
given how that stuff's going, yeah, you know what? Yeah, Florian will use one of her spells to cast haste on Trofnar.
Yay!
So you are now hasted, seeing that the situation's kind of it's not going bad, but it's
It's a tad hairy.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Not really.
All right, Delson, you're up.
I'm just going to look at Theo and then Brutus, and then just tell him in my mind, show no mercy. And then I'm going to stab at the frickin' tiger that bit at my stylish mount.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your attack.
Sure, stylish, that's the word.
It's awesome.
I mean,
He's a half elf that rides an elk around. He's basically Elrond.
Except I'm more of a
Elrond's
nerd.
a full elf.
Okay, yep, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage. Six points of damage. Okay. Right. So with that, and as you say that, you hear Dorian say, "Don't need to tell me twice, boss man." Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
baby.
my god, he's so cool.
Nemesis, you're up.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, on a horse.
I mean, you can hold your action.
No, that. So I think it's
Yeah,
You could be bloodthirsty and kill the one that's not running away.
the coward.
I mean, I guess I'll hold my action.
all right.
And when Hanel gets close to one of the tigers, I want to hit it.
Sure.
Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Alright.
When upon approaching your foe, you shall do the smash.
Yes.
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 Okay. Trofnar, you're up.
If near my personage, I will cave its fucking skull in. Okay. Have I got two? Am I tangling with two tigers right now?
Technically, yes.
You and Gratian.
You and Gratian, yeah. You're kind of side by side.
Also, I think you accidentally gave haste to Floriana, not
No. That's just to ensure just so that she's holding the spell, basically.
Oh, okay. So what
Like
does
that.
haste do again?
Double your movement plus 2 to your AC, I think, and you gain a hasted action, which is basically another action you can do.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I try to cave in the face of this one here? This boy. Let me do the little woobie thing. There we go.
Yep, go ahead and make your attacks.
Yeah, boy. Does that mean I can attack 3 times?
Yes.
Yes.
Basically, you do 2 attacks because of your normal attack action and extra attack, and then a hasted action you can do a 3rd attack.
Okay.
Yep, all 3 of them hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 6, 9, and 16. Jeez. Let me just add this up to make sure you're not wasting that last one. 6 and 15. That's nope. That is just enough to kill it. Well, I say just enough, but the point is you kill it. You just basically need to like lay into around its shoulder and neck until eventually you just lop off its head completely.
And then can I bet out in Dwarvish I'm a dog person?
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, it's your turn. Now I see Ryan just said that she's gonna be.
I'm here for this
Oh.
one, but after this, I'm gonna go. If that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just
That's
to get
fine.
lunch.
That's fine.
Can I use my action and bonus action to do attacks?
Yep. So you do 2 attacks with your normal action, and then you got your bonus action, where you can do another attack there. Both of those miss. That one hits though. Which one were you going for? Are you going for the one that's with
One
Brutus?
Right in front of me.
Yeah. So that one. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Is it this? Yeah.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. Okay.
Nice.
That is that much. Okay. So yeah, you just like sock it across the face. And it's kind of stoned. It's like that one video where that guy punched that kangaroo where it's just kind of like, what?
As Ryan continues to punch animals in the face.
Hold on. I need to see this.
Yeah. It's something like man punches kangaroo or something like that. You'll see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a video of a guy punching a kangaroo, and the kangaroo's like, "What? You actually just did that?"
To be fair, yeah, that's the one.
Australian, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So the tiger that is feasting on Brutus is gonna go up to Bruce's neck. Just this is just
It's enough of that.
Yeah.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah, it's enough of that. So this tiger just bites into Bruce's corpse and just pulls out a bit. And as he does, he looks up at Raya and is going to make an attack onto Raya. That is a natural fucking 20 onto Raya. Jesus.
Damn.
This tiger's getting all the luck.
Yeah, I didn't hit him with my spell too. Fuck.
Yeah.
We have found Tony.
This shall be my mount.
14. 14.
This is an RPG. We all need mounts, guys.
That's okay.
Oh god, can
Especially
someone
since
please spare...
Brutus was just brutally murdered.
Yeah, someone please spare Kevin, though.
Let's see. So
He's
that's
just stupid.
I feel like Brutus is like
Oh, which one was
gone.
Kevin?
yeah,
Kevin's the one.
yeah, he had a deep bite. He had a deep bite in his neck, and this tiger just like reached over, ripped out a bit of his neck further, and has hit a natural 20 onto Raya. So that is 17 points of damage that she takes.
Ooh.
Technically, this one is Kevin, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, this is Kevin.
Speaking of Kevin, it's Kevin's turn.
Yay!
Kevin
Don't
is going to
bully
attack
Kevin.
Gratian.
Is Kevin the one that got a natural one? Or was it on his initiative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Kevin got the natural one. That is a 15 to hit Gratian.
That hits.
Okay.
Can I cut that?
Yeah. It's been it's been a full round, so yeah, you've got your action
Yep.
back. So yep, go ahead. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother asking. I know for a fact that misses at that point.
Yep.
Cunning words down to a fucking 7. Bards, man.
Down, Kevin!
Alright. What is Yorian doing?
Second verse, same as the first.
Okay, make your attack.
Stop its face in.
Eight misses.
Ooh.
8.
So he leaps forward, tries to do the same thing again, but the tiger's now much wiser to the fact and backs away slightly. Okay. I'll also shift this over here because it's actually would have been attacking prior at this point. Okay, Fortune, you're up.
Let's see. I want to go for the one that's running this way.
Okay.
Can't. Dang it.
Nope.
Yes, I can dash.
Oh yeah, bonus action dash.
40 feet.
So go ahead and make your attack. Misses.
Damn.
You got your...
Can
Oh
I
no.
please call it a stupid tiger?
Yes, you certainly can.
Oh yeah.
Stupid tiger, I'm gonna skin you next!
Okay, what's an L doing?
Alright. So we're following Fortune, because she's dumb. Die.
Okay, so 5, 10,
She'll
15,
run off.
20, 25 feet. So you can either do Hanel's action now or your held action.
I'll do my held action first.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Alright. What to do?
Who's drinking?
22. No need to roll damage, you only had 1 health left.
Great. It's dead now.
So it just turns around, just getting ready to try and, like, do whatever it can to get Fortune off. And as it does, you just essentially, like, underswing the hammer under its chin. And you just hear a crack as you watch its jaw actually go flying off as it just crumples down onto the ground. So
Did you
Hanel's...
get a hold of one?
You don't know. So Hanel's still got 35 feet of movement.
To go around this fucking boulder, don't I?
Yep.
Fine. Alright.
15 and 10. So he can make it.
Actually means that he can use his hoof stomp.
Okay, so he's
What
going to move
time?
over here then.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and make the attack. I'll technically say, yeah, he's that tiger's definitely flanked.
Alright.
Natural 20, go ahead and roll damage.
Finally, Hanel.
Dive, kick. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 20,
No, not a lot of damage.
22, 26 points of damage. Ouch.
Jesus Christmas.
That tiger's looking very rough at the moment.
As Hanel just comes.
Yeah, it's less if you
Poor
just
Kevin.
it's more a case like Canel like basically copies the tigers and just lands on this thing. You hear you're certain that you heard a few bones snap from the tiger as Hanel landed and just like readjusted himself.
You can just hear like the yowl of pain.
Yeah, just
No.
I can't do those roars, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't do those guttural. I'm working on it, but it's gonna be a while, guys.
Yeah, they're hard.
Yeah, they're really hard, and I don't want to destroy. Yeah, I don't want to destroy my voice when we're only halfway through. So you'll excuse me for that one. Okay, Val, if you're up.
Again, one more time. Please work. I just...
Oh, and the one that's now attacking Raya, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Because it hasn't been hurt yet, I don't think, right?
Nope.
Like, yeah.
It minus the blood that is matted on it. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Shadow Blade, 7. Cool. Cool.
Sick.
Awesome.
Tubular.
I do that,
Oh,
and then
you
I
forgot
will...
about those.
Okay,
I
I guess
guess
I'll
at
use
this
these cigarettes
point-
I found in my
No.
stomach. Okay,
this
sorry.
is entirely, actually... I should probably not be describing it like this because this is mostly my reactions. Valith is just like hurling these like knives, and he's just kind of like calmly doing that. I really should be role playing better. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Okay.
Colton's frustration with probability bleeds through into different realities of it.
Alright, so that's your turn then, or like do you rematerialize the dagger, or?
Yeah, I bring it back and then get ready for another.
Okay.
Now y'all.
That tiger is dead. This tiger is going to attack Diorian again because it smells blood. That is a... God, I should keep its page open more. That's a 12 to hit. I think Diorian's is
It
13.
misses.
Yeah, it's 13. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so can't do anything there. Brutus is dead, so nothing for him. Gratian, you're up.
No bully, Kevin.
I guess there's only one thing, one option to do. Stabby, stabby.
Okay, make your stabby stabs with advantage.
Dang it.
Oh, with advantage now.
Because an L's flanking.
He's wanking.
Flanking, yes.
Oh, okay, sorry, I think it's something else. Carry on.
Oh.
Alright, go ahead and roll your damage. The first one hits, so yeah, roll damage. 6 points of damage. Yep, that'll do it. That... You just stab into its flank and just essentially like partially slice it along the leg as it falls down dead.
Chihuahua.
A moment of silence for Kevin. Well, that was fun.
I wanted to talk to Kevin.
That moment has now passed.
Yep. Okay. Floriana is going to Ray
I
of...
could have convinced him to become part of us.
He's going to Ray Frost the one that's attacking Diorian. Plus that. Yeah, that'll hit. So that is... Plus 5. That is 12. 16 points of... Wow, that'll actually do it. Ray Frost, man. So you just watch as the bolt like hits the side of the tiger. You actually watch as part of its flank just solidifies as it just falls to the ground. Okay, Delson, you're up.
Okay, what's this anti-Kevin here? What's going on with him? The only one left.
In that
Yep.
case... In that case, I'm going to take out my crossbow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
It's the strongest animal hand.
I'm going to shoot at the one that ate Brutus.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack.
Does this
Misses.
crossbow hit anything?
I mean, I'm fairly certain when Evelyn had it, it didn't hit anything really. But I could be wrong on that one. It's been a year.
This crossbow is cursed.
I would love if just Evelyn out of like nowhere just brought a malfunctioning crossbow and didn't hit anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, Nemesis, you're up.
I'm checking my stuff to see if there's anything.
I mean, I still can't do anything, but at the same time, there's all this shit here, and I'm far away. So...
Just push everybody over. Just like...
Yeah, trample us all. Just trample us all underfoot.
I think I'll hold my action to go hit something again, just in case.
Okay.
I
Trample
don't
me.
think I'll have to, but...
Alright, Trafnar, you're up.
Yay! Right, where is this? Where is the
Yeah.
anti-Kevin? Okay, I will run over here to him.
Okay, because you're haste, I'm just gonna shift Bruce out of the way here so you can actually see yourself.
Sorry, Brutus. And then,
It's okay, Trafnar.
goes Brutus.
he appears like Mustafa in the clouds.
Yes, this.
So,
I-
I'm sorry,
I'm gonna
Brutus.
call this anti-
Sorry,
Kevin.
sorry,
Come on.
Brutus.
And
No, it's cool, man. It's
I'll
fine.
attack it. I'll
Okay.
attack it not once, not twice, but thrice.
Okay, go ahead and make your attacks. Hits.
Yes.
Hits. Hits.
Yes, murder Shere
Oh,
Khan.
last one's a crit.
Oh yeah, you
Oh, it
crit
is.
on yeah, shit.
Oh,
You can set your crit
yeah.
range, by the way,
Oh,
Shakes.
where?
Don't do it right now, but I'll tell you how to do it.
He'll walk you through it later.
Uno, due, tre.
How do you want to do this?
Oh fuck.
From full health.
Basically,
One shot, one kill.
Wait, is this from full health?
he was at
He's full health,
30
right?
health out of 37, I believe they
Oh,
have.
I guess I just.
You did hit him with a bit of damage, but it's like it's essentially full
But he
health.
hasn't actually like he doesn't physically. He's not physically injured at all.
Not for long.
Can I just can I like smash all of those attacks in one big like essentially down like executioner's axe swing, chopping
So
off its
cool.
head?
All right, so you charge forward, you like leap upwards with your axe, raise it above your head, and you slam it down with all your might. You guys watch as it like digs in. He misses the very front of the head, but it doesn't matter because the axe goes clear through the back of the neck and the back of the skull, and it slams him down to the ground. And you can just see that the head and neck didn't hit the floor because the axe has gone clean through and is now partially embedded in the ground.
Yeah. Can I do a strength check to try to pull my axe out of the ground?
Sure.
It's just stuck now.
Seeing if he kills the end.
Oh shit.
It's just like you just like yeah.
Yes, Kevin.
Careful.
But eventually,
Yeah,
after
we
a
just
few
did-
minutes, you
Yeah, we just formed the Kerbal Space Program.
eventually
Wait,
after
minutes.
a few minutes, you're able to get your axe out.
Yay.
Wait, during this time, can I see if... Wait, how much time has passed at this point? Like, before the few minutes while he's trying to pull out his axe?
That
Like fighting ends and then like
Yeah, the fighting
moments
ended.
pass, like,
Yeah.
just kind of like everybody's calming down and
yeah, the adrenaline's like
go to
leaving
he,
your
like,
system.
dismounts and then
I
we're
wanna
kind
go
of just
to
like looking over
Brutus.
the animals.
All right.
How much time would you say has passed between his death and now?
It's less than a minute.
Can I look at the guys and be like, can I use one of the diamonds?
Well, have you tried to heal him yet?
Nemesis, his throat's over there. I don't think healing will work.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm
we
gonna
have
try
magical mounts.
cure wounds first before we waste a diamond.
Okay.
Besides,
Well, because
Gratian
Gratian
already
did
tried
that
that.
already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gratian tried
Speak
it
up if
and
you
it didn't
ask,
work.
Like, did you try and heal him? And then Gratian would say yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You try to cast a spell, like the energy builds up, but it doesn't go into Brutus. It has no effect. Doesn't use the spell slot though. Same for Gratian's.
Listen, as much as I animals, I'm not sure that a diamond is worth it.
I agree with her. Dales, at the end of the day, it's Brios was just a horseman. What happens? If one of us goes? What happens if one of us goes down? And we don't have a diamond to save it, man.
I just show them the two, and I'm just like, well, if you say so, then fine.
I know how you feel, but it's very.
Part of me would also want to revive Kevin, but you know what? It's not worth wasting the diamond.
You could buy 100 Kevins with that diamond.
I don't think a
Or
tiger's
10
worth 3.
Kevins, no. 10,
Is there
10
a
Kevins,
place-
not 100.
You know how this is like a tropical area?
Yep.
Is it in one of the towns? Is there a place where we could like buy a domesticated tiger?
You can ask around, but you're not too
Yeah,
sure.
we
You're
can
not near
try.
any towns.
We can try.
Have we seen anything like that though while we were walking, like in any of the cities that we've been in? You know what I mean?
Is there like yieldy PetSmart or something?
During your journey here, you haven't seen anyone riding a domesticated tiger. No.
In
Or,
that
like
case,
people
can
selling things, like animal traders and markets.
Always been
Yeah, in that
horses.
case,
You only
can I
saw the
just-
ones in Delcross.
In that case, I'm going to put my hand on Dio and cure him.
Right?
You have a lot here.
Why don't we just take a rest instead of wasting all our spell slot?
Like
Yeah.
a short rest?
Yeah, just take an hour instead of using
Yeah.
all of our magic and then getting caught on the
Well,
road
use
again and
that.
dying.
And so what?
Yeah,
we're
this
doing
is
with
the
all these
only
dead
spell
tigers-
I've used so far.
Sure.
And
We could also continue on, but like we still might need them if we're talking with people later.
yeah, we
Because
might.
we're trying to like resolve some sort of situation.
Mhm.
I'd also like to take time to get skins off of all the tigers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can I?
like we have an hour
That's
to
actually
do
a fair
that.
shout.
Do that if
Yeah.
we want.
Yeah.
Can I help with skinning the tigers?
Same.
Okay, yeah, so go ahead and make survival checks for the three of you.
Yeah,
Uh,
skinning the tigers and harvesting tigers.
Yeah.
Except
Like,
for
what are you
Kevin.
guys trying to get?
Skin.
Yep.
Just
Raya's
not
gonna
claws.
use
Skin and-
Raya's gonna use some of her hit dice to heal up.
Oh yeah, can I also try to take? Because would the eyes have any chemical purpose?
You can certainly. I'll say that'll be part of your survival check.
Okay.
Can I give Dallas an advantage? With that?
I don't think he needs
I need
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so with pretty much all the tigers, there is damage on the fur, so you're not able to get a perfect pelt from any of them, even with an 18 and a 19. But you're able to cut away the bits which can be used for something.
Even the one where I just lopped off his head.
Yes, because it's not a perfect pelt because it doesn't have a head.
Let's not
Touche.
Kevin though.
Touche,
Kevin Shaw.
Dungeon Master.
Yep. And what do I get with the 19?
So with the 19, you are able to get most of... Outside of the ones that had their faces smashed in by Nemesis, you are able to get about 4 pairs of tiger eyes.
Do I get any meat too?
Yeah, no, you're able to... Getting the meat's easy enough. Like, that doesn't really require a survival check, because, once they've been skinned, there's only the meat left. It will need to be salted or smoked very quickly, or it will go bad.
Yep.
But-
Who wants to start with the process of cooking this? Because I'm
During that hour, if nobody's trying to get the claws or teeth, then I'll try to get some of those during this time.
Yeah, and
Okay.
after doing this,
Survival
can
check.
I spend the rest of the
Survival
hour
check.
just trying to?
Does the smell of roasting meat attract any, or fresh meat attack any undue attention?
9, whatever.
Make a
Do I get
perception
9
check.
out of all of them.
9. It's very difficult for you to like cut away. A few occasions you just get fed up and just like cut off the paw itself. Meaning that it's not going to be super useful given that you need the claws, but I would say you're able to get. I would say
And this is something that we're doing over the course of an hour. It's
Over
not
the
like
course
we're
of an
trying
hour,
to do
yeah.
this quickly.
yeah. But it's just obviously even with the slow process, like it's difficult because you don't, you're not super experienced with declawing a tiger.
No, not at all.
But I would say, for the sake of it, that you're able to get, if we go by pairs, about 5 pairs of cat's claws.
Yeah, can I also?
You cut out on me, man.
You cut out on us.
Can I use like the hour also to to take the shovel and make a Brutus?
Sure.
Okay. I'm a very the Brutus. And I'm gonna leave. Can we leave a tiger pelt over his grave?
Just like all the corpses. Because I imagine we took all of
Yeah.
the useful stuff.
Yeah, we'll leave
And
the
the-
corpses on his grave, except for Kevin. Kevin also will get a burial. He was just kind of retarded.
Makes
He was just
sense.
kind of the retard. He was just following the group.
He just wanted to fit in.
Yes.
Alright. So, you proceed to bury your dead.
And did you mention anything about the teeth? Because it was claws and teeth.
Oh, yeah.
There's really only like a handful of things.
The teeth are a bit easier. You're able to get a full set of teeth from about 5 of them. The other 2 kind of
So-
one of them's missing its lower jaw, and the other one's had its skull crushed in, so a lot of its teeth are shattered.
Alrighty.
But yeah, so over the course of the hour, you do all this stuff. You bury Brutus, and just as you prepare to leave, Nemesis and Delsin, you see Dorian and Hanel, like kind of linger there for a bit, just looking at Brutus's grave. You see them both just look at each other before they make their way back towards the carts.
Their adventuring party just lost a member, guys. That's very sad.
I know.
Yeah. Now, as you guys prepare the cart, pretty much both of you hear, obviously because you can't hear each other, but they're basically saying the same thing. But Nemesis, you hear Hillel say, "We'll pull the carts," and you hear Dorian say, "Delson, hook us up, boss man."
Got it. I'll.
Oh no.
Thankfully, Dorian's not stupid. He knows.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't, oof.
Yeah, big
Oh
sad.
god. Oh god, unlike Canal who murdered a bunny thinking it was a threat.
He was just following instructions literally.
He's a good boy though. Goodest boy.
Okay. So you finish hooking up the carts, this time with Hanel and Dorian being the ones at the helm.
Does that mean no one? No. Ryan gets to move free.
Yep.
No one's riding Ryan. I imagine Gratian asked if he could though.
I imagine Raya would say that if he tried to, she would beat his ass.
Yeah, that sounds like her.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Okay. But
that's fair.
Eventually, you continue on your way further towards the forest. So, about another hour passes until you eventually begin to see just about a mile or so away is a forest, and double checking the map that you were given seems to match the one which you're looking for.
Yay. Well then,
Alright, good stuff. What does the forest look like? Is it overgrown? Is it wild?
it's a foresty forest.
Does it look like Fangorn, or is it like...
So it is a forest. It has trees. They are large trees.
You know what I'm on about.
Yes.
Okay.
They don't appear to be overgrown. Like there's a lot of trees there, but you wouldn't say they're like, it's not like
vibes.
Not really, no.
Okay, I was wondering. Right.
Like
so,
there doesn't seem to be anything ominous about it. It's a forest.
No spooky backtrack music or anything.
Nope.
As soon as you step into the forest, it's just this soundtrack starts. You're like, what the? What's that? Terrifying.
Or it's like it's the second step in, the narration kicks in.
Yeah, you start hearing Tick's voice. Ah.
Yeah,
it's the haunted narration forest.
Yeah, it's just you take a step in and suddenly it just goes.
Yep, exactly.
No, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the case
booming
now.
voice echoes. A booming voice echoes from the heavens, going, "Roll initiative."
Gratian.
Yes?
Wait. Do you mind looking for tracks? We are searching for some conflict or activity here. There should be something.
Sure.
Sort of like as we
So
enter the forest.
Okay, so you're just entering straight into the forest. Gotcha. All right.
So I don't know if unless we.
I don't know. What are you guys doing, guys? You going straight into the forest, or?
I'm just waiting for if anybody objects. That's all I'm asking, really. If not, then we can continue.
We're going into this deep, dark forest of doom.
Might as well get over it, wouldn't I? Just go in.
All right.
for signs of life or activity or conflict.
Okay. Go ahead, and if you're saying that,
And like I was gonna help him with that.
okay.
So
Does natural floor kick into this?
Hey,
hey, are you a forest guy?
Yeah, I am a forest guy.
favorite terrain, yeah.
Bill, no, the forest guy.
So 14.
And you have advantage because I was.
Yeah, advantage because you're being helped.
Roll again. Noise.
23. All right. So it doesn't take you that long, actually, to find some tracks which seem a little bit off. Looking about, you can see these large, like, they're humanoid footprints, but they're too big. Like, they are
Like I put my foot in them.
far bigger than you.
Like double, 3 times.
Like, around about, yeah. Like,
Oof, that's big.
this
How
is...
large is the gate?
What gate?
I am the Lord.
As in gate, as in like width?
Like how, like the distance between the steps.
Oh, right. You have to take about 2 or 3 steps at like your stride to get to the next one.
Well then.
And as you
Any idea what this is, Gratian? Or anybody for that matter? Perhaps some of my cousins, and I chuckle.
Hopefully it's not anything violent. Though knowing us.
No, that would be us.
All right.
And is it like a boot print or is it a footprint?
Footprint.
It's footprint? Okay.
Yep.
Oh god, it's Shrek.
It could be Shrek, you're right.
But you're not in the swamp.
Yeah, we're not. That's the other place.
Okay. So, are you just going to travel on at your normal pace?
Should we follow these tracks and see where they lead?
Well, it's our only lead, so...
I suppose. I mean, we don't want to get lost, do we? Follow these tracks out of the forest if we get lost, anyway.
Yes.
Thankfully, favorite terrain, it's impossible to get lost outside of magical means in a forest.
Oh, really?
What's our plan if we run into anything?
Yes, really, Truff,
Where is it?
because favorite terrain is a thing that rangers have.
First we try to talk it down if it isn't violent. If talking doesn't work, then we use violence. If they use violence first, then we use violence.
It's more when it doesn't, because it never does.
We have been sent here to de-escalate things, right? We aren't here to exterminate one side or the other.
Exactly.
So-
See? Well, depends how sentient the creatures here are.
Well, we'll see.
They didn't tell us what kind of beasties are in here, man.
They had no idea. I think that as far as I was aware, they just knew the conflict.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
So it could be
unfortunately
a
they
pack
haven't
of
been able
wolves, or
to...
it could be a conflict between tieflings and ASMR. We don't know.
I mean, with the footprint, we can at least maybe assume that's... Maybe.
So does it look like human, like a human's foot, but just massive?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Any of us recognize this footprint?
Yeah, sure. I guess that's probably a good question.
Everyone except for Valif actually would see that this looks familiar. No, not Valif and Fortune wouldn't know. But the rest of you've only seen a footprint like this on a previous occasion, and that was in Exeter during the Blood Pits.
Oh, yay, it's a giant.
It is a giant. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no.
Ah, shit.
Sort of assume so. That's pretty big. Hmm.
Didn't we kill, like, some high chief or something that day?
We killed a crazy giant.
That
Yeah.
was I.
I'd
Yeah.
suggest not mentioning that.
I mean, we almost died, but, like, it probably wasn't easier to fight than those fucking electric slugs.
Those were ice slugs.
Whatever, fuck. You fucking knew what I meant, dickhead.
Yes, however, those are two very.
I don't think you were actually. No, I don't think you were actually in that fight, Gratian. I think this was just before you joined.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the blood pits before we went to.
Yeah, you did a blood pits, then you went down into the sewers, and that's when you ran into Gratian. Yeah.
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 So yeah, so
That sounds like somewhere Gratian would be hanging out.
I mean, let's just cautiously follow it, and someone knows Giant.
I say I do in Giant, and it just off.
You speak giant?
Yeah, yeah.
he's a Goliath, man.
Sick.
I didn't quite get what that meant, but
It's okay.
You right, mate? Do you need some water or something?
Tick takes a drink. That's funny.
It's really fucking warm in here right now. It's very humid today.
Onward.
Are
Also-
you still underwater, Tom?
No, but that's meant to be hitting today is again.
The second flood.
Onward to the thing.
Yeah. All right.
Let's continue.
So you
Day
proceeding?
240.
So you're proceeding slowly, is it?
I don't think we
'Cause you
want to be
said-
stealthy.
All
I
right,
think
okay.
we want to just move at a normal pace because I don't want us
Yeah.
to look like we're like sneaking around and causing
Yeah.
trouble. We're just here to like we're here to solve a problem. We're like
We're
emissaries
peacekeepers,
and like
that's what we do.
diplomats right now.
Yeah, we're not here to do subterfuge, no.
Okay.
And I'll lead the way, I guess. If that's the case, because we know these are giants, I'll lead the way.
All right. Go ahead and make another survival check then.
Me?
Yes.
You're asking me to do that?
You're the
Okay.
guy
Somebody-
leading.
Please help me, please.
I'll
for
help
love
you,
of God.
dickhead.
That's it. You're the one that's
The love of
you
our
just
survival.
said that you're leading.
I know,
Yeah.
but I would also like some assistance.
Okay.
Trothnar gave me assistance.
Ration gave assistance.
All right.
Because I immediately like ignore this tracks, even though I just said to follow them, and you're like, no. And I'm like, okay. And we continue. Sorry.
Okay. So you
Gummy thick.
make your way through, following the tracks, and as you look about, you can see that where these tracks are, there's damage on the trees around you. Branches just completely ripped off. Some of them you can see there's like patches of the bark that have just been stripped clean, and then a little bit further on you can see them discarded. You follow this for about a good 20 minutes. It's not a case of you being stealthy, it's a case of just, you are basically following a path of destruction made by a giant. So you're basically going through some roughish terrain, which with Gratian's favorite terrain ability, it doesn't hinder as much, but it's still a lot of weaving about. But eventually, you keep walking forward at a slow rate until some of you hear Rye just say, "Hold on, do you hear that?"
Oh my god, it's banjos.
Do we hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Mark. Oh,
2.
D2, not a 16, by the way.
You have no idea what she's on about.
I'm trying to listen out with my big ol' elven ears.
Your
Okay.
your special ears.
15. 12. Okay, that'll be enough on the perception rolls then, because don't want to use it too much.
Yeah.
So, you listen very carefully. Valith and Trothnar, you don't hear anything, but Delson, you hear what originally seems to be some rumbling until you focus a bit more and you hear it. It sounds more like snoring, very loud snoring.
Guys. I think it's asleep.
Dickhead.
No, I think the giant that we're following is sleeping.
Where is he? What do you hear him? What are you talking about?
I can hear snoring. That's it.
Lead the way.
No, haven't you ever heard the saying that's best to let sleeping giants lie?
I've never heard that before in my
I
life.
thought that was Knowles.
I always heard it about elves, but they don't sleep.
Yeah, no, really.
I think that's just something other races say about other races.
Yes, but the meaning still means the same. We shouldn't be bugging people when they're asleep.
So what, you're gonna... So what,
Do we just wait, or
Wait until he wakes up, eh?
how about this? We go and give him breakfast.
Ooh.
Are we breakfast?
I mean,
We,
we
and
have
I just gesture to all the piles of tiger meat that we're carrying around now.
tiger meat and rations.
We don't. Yeah, I guess we do have the cart still. So yeah, that too. But the tiger meat, I feel like it'd be like primo.
Okay, that's a more logical idea. That's a better idea. Yes.
Let's find him sleeping. I will wake him and offer him breakfast for a conversation, and we'll see where that goes.
And to be fair, we don't even know if it's a giant. We just hear snoring.
Yeah, you just hear loud snoring.
Yep. We're assuming it's a giant from.
If it's not, then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're just assuming it's a giant because of giant.
If it's not, you scream really loudly so we know to hide.
Yep.
It's better to just assume things and change when things change instead of constantly being uncertain and not making any decisions.
Right. So yeah.
Faith doesn't mean anything if you have to think about it. To almost quote Caduceus from recent episodes of Critical Role.
Damn it, Ducey.
Onwards to potentially a big boy.
Okay. So, you make your way towards the sound of the snoring, and as you get closer, it becomes apparent to everyone. After about another 10 minutes of going through, you arrive at a clearing. Nearby, you can see what appears to be a small lake, only about 15 or so feet. It's more of a pond, actually, than a lake. But nearby, you can see resting near it 2 large humanoid figures. Even lying down on their side, on their back, they tower over all of you. Nearby, you can see what appears to be 2 uprooted trees that have got signs of blood and dents alongside in its actual woodwork. And at this point now, the air around you almost seems to vibrate with the volume of their snores.
And a big man was supplying.
All of you stay here. How far away are we actually?
You
Like
are...
we're kind of like in, I imagine like in the brushes, just kind of like, we don't want to make ourselves exposed, but I just want to stay, I want them to be hidden, but how far away are we?
So, to make it easier for you guys... So...
Oh god, this is good. Oh, no, actually, this is perfect.
So I would say, I'll just use your token just because I'm lazy and I don't want to pull everyone out there yet. You guys are around here.
That's really
my
close.
god, I love the giant token. That is. If you're the
Wait,
that's Titans.
Wait a moment. That's me when I wake up every morning. How'd you get this picture, Tom?
That's your hairline?
That actually kind of does look like my tan mark on my forehead because I wear a bandana all the time and I just have this bright white forehead, and the rest of my body is all tan.
Okay.
Okay.
But
now let's do his valid thing.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Hopefully, it'll get eaten. You stay here. If everybody, we're really close. I don't know. That's fine. You stay here. I will just expose myself a little bit. So I like walk like, I don't know, we're really close. I'll just walk like that far. I don't want to get really close to them, but like I also want everybody else to be hidden. Like I want everybody else to kind of be back here.
I'll just use it. I'll just use a random token. Nemesis is the first one there, so I'll just say there. There we go. That's where everyone else is. Nemesis is the first token on there, so I'll just use that one. Okay. So,
And
So-
I will just. Okay, sorry. Say.
just to check, with those that are further back, are you guys stealthing to try and keep yourself hidden, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll stealth, but yes.
Okay. Those that are going to make an effort to hide, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I don't know if we want to hide though.
You know what?
Well, just for now, I don't want them to feel intimidated, even though they shouldn't. But like at the same time, I don't want them to be like, "What's all these little people going to?" Blah, blah.
Yeah,
these
from
New
Joy.
York giants.
Those are my
Oh my
hill.
God, these
That's my
are
hill
giants.
giant impression.
Anel got a natural 20 on his stealth,
Woohoo!
and Diorian a 16.
Oh, I've got to roll again
Close.
because I've got armor on, haven't I?
Yep.
I just curl up into a ball. I'm
Ooh,
obviously
natural 1 for
stealthy.
Floriana, and a 5 for Raya.
8.
That's overall. That's pretty good. That's
That's overall pretty alright.
Yeah, well, actually, no. That's more than half of you are pretty shitty.
Okay. So,
I'm invisible.
you all think you're relatively hidden.
And I'll also have I've like taken the whatever we have like wrapped the tiger meat in, or how,
Yep.
I don't know how we're carrying it.
I don't know how you guys are carrying it either. I assume you just left it as a B.
Yeah, just in the cart. But
Mhm.
if that's the case, then yeah, maybe before just before this, I will ritual casted Tensor's floating disc and then loaded it up with the tiger meat and some rations.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody else?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you're carrying my rations for me. Use as many as you need.
Okay,
Are
so
you gonna cook this tiger meat?
we will have to cook it, but that's just eventually. We'll once you guys are involved.
Okay.
For now, it's just meat for them. They might just eat it this way because I don't know. Giants are weird.
Alright.
Giants are giant.
But yeah, I walk out and with the disc floating like next to me 10 feet away, and I'll announce my presence in giant, just saying like morning friends. I'm so nervous right now, guys. Jesus Christ.
So
I don't
you
know
say
what
that.
greeting to
you
give
just
them.
say
It's
that-
morning friends.
Alright. You say this just in your normal voice, I assume?
Yes. If they don't respond, I will use thaumaturgy. But
Because as you try and say it, it's drowned out by the snores.
okay, then I will then thaumaturgy the same thing as morning friends. Totally not gonna react, but we'll see.
One of them doesn't react.
Okay.
But you do see the one that's closest to you just kind of like just twitch slightly, and then it just
I've also got my hands up.
and it kind of like rolls over onto its other side because it had its back to you. Rolls over to the other side, and as it rolls over, its face is now like right up close to you. You can see its eyes are just red and bleary. It's like, who woke? Who woke?
My name is Valith.
I'm your cousin.
This old man.
Yes, little Valith. I would you and your friends like some breakfast?
She's all poopy.
And I'll like
got food?
gesture towards the disc.
He just like runs his hand across his nose. You can see it's just like mucus and everything on there. It's like sits up. Hey! Just like begins hitting the other giant. You just wakes up. What? What? Hey! Big guy, still man. Big food. What? Yeah, look. And like this other one just like looks at. You can see that he's got like this large. And at this point now, with them sitting up, you can see that they're actually quite bruised. You can see like the one that you first spoke to. He's got like his entire right shoulder is just like black and blue. This guy, he's got like a slightly like puffed up face. Just like reaches forward, grabs. Like he basically grabs it, all of it in one handful.
Sort of expecting that.
Yeah, just eats it all in one.
We don't have a whole lot of food for giants, actually. Are you as he's chewing? I'm like, are you too hurt?
Just look at each other. Who asking?
What me and my friends were sent here to solve a problem.
No fucking problem. Minus those one eyes.
One eyes?
Yeah. The other giant says, you said you got food. Not it. It's mine. Fuck you, man. Just lies down and just tries to go back to sleep.
That's okay. It's like, do you mind if my friends come out?
Really got food?
Some.
Oi, wake up again! It's still got food! Oh, fucking fine. Alright.
And then I'll turn around and I assume I have some idea where they are and just like telepathically link with one of them and with one of those you guys and tell you.
Well, you can see Floriana plain as day.
Yeah, so I'll tell Floriana, it's like, tell everybody to come out.
You sure?
Yes.
Valif said to all come out.
Everybody just no response.
No response apparently.
All right, I guess.
Alright,
we'll come out.
I mean, if
Alright.
you really want to show that we're friends, go in there, you know.
Alright. So, you all kind of like show yourselves, and as you show up, the giant that you've been speaking to was like, hey, more little people. I see one is even more little. There we go.
Yes, we are problem solvers.
Oh, problem solvers, eh? Well, you got food then? It's a problem right now.
Well, you've eaten all the food that we had there. We do have some more, and then like the cart maybe is there, and I'll
With
just,
them?
like, while talking.
And you watch as he points his finger at both Hanel and Diorian.
No, they are not food.
Of course they are. They're food if I ever saw it.
They're magic. You can't eat them.
Yeah. And I'm speaking in giant this whole time, so you guys can't understand this.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can't understand
yeah,
a
that's
word
right.
that they're saying. You just see this giant point at Hanel and Orion, and all you hear is
It's like, not food. We can perhaps try and get you some food, but we're here to solve a different problem.
Yeah.
The other little people told heard of a conflict in these trees. You've been fighting, I see, and then I'll like just
Get some one eyes.
and so we could perhaps help you with that problem.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, because you did give him quite a bit of food.
Okay. And then, like as I'm saying, it's like, and without the one eyes, there would be more food for you. Oh,
Yeah.
that's not advantage.
Just go ahead and do a second roll.
Yeah.
Natural
Oh,
20.
Hey!
Nice. Hey! Oh, why? Fucking let me sleep already. Hey, little people here. Gonna help us with the one eyes? Must be fine. You wanna help us with the one eyes, eh?
yes.
Good.
If that means the fighting would stop, then yes.
Oh, there's still gonna be
What
fun.
are these one eyes? I'm actually now asking that question. Yes.
Big people with one eye. 2 of them.
And do I have any idea what these things are, Tick?
Make a intelligence check.
Sure.
6. You have no idea.
No idea. I'll just turn back to the group and in common out loud say, do any of you know of big creatures with one eye?
Can I roll intelligence to see if I know?
Sure.
Yay. Here we go.
Wait, can I look in my book of giant alchemy to see if there's anything about one-eyed creatures in it?
Sure. I will say you'll get advantage for this one, because you do have the book.
Yeah. And it's in intelligence.
Yep, natural 20.
Fucking
I am the world's greatest detective.
There are... It's difficult because they're giants and they're not very smart. For all you know, they could be referring to just another giant that's missing an eye. But narrowing it down to creatures that just have one eye and that's that, the name Cyclops comes to mention.
I got a hit on that. It says here that there are big creatures that have one eye. Cyclopses. Cyclopses.
Do you think we could help these two with dealing with them?
Depends what you mean by deal with them.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I mean.
If you mean kill them, then no.
Well, you don't know anything about Cyclops, so that's
yeah,
I'm asking
going
Delcy.
to read. Yeah, what does it say about Cyclopses?
This is more
Next to
about...
it is in his monster manual. What CR is Tick? No, I'm just.
It is. The thing is with the book is that while it's about giant alchemy, that's a thing. It doesn't really go into like their full capabilities. It's more about what their parts can be used for. But it does note that Cyclopses are smarter than a normal hill giant. Their strength is roughly equally matched, but they are smart, which makes them a bit more formidable in their fights.
We might be able to deal with them. It says that they have more intelligence. However, they're equally as strong as these lot over here.
They've okay.
The giant that you were speaking to just like speaks to say, yeah, what are you talking about?
My friends are much smarter than me. Ask
How can he be smarter than little? Can't have brains if they're that small.
Then you must have many brains.
Yeah. That's why I do the talking and my bro here does all the hitting.
That's good to know.
So you're gonna help us then?
I think we can.
Good.
Where are these one eyes?
He like turns and points over to the north.
Points in a direction.
We fought them over there last. Bet you they're still there.
Would you like to help us?
For you're helping us.
We can help each other.
To kill him?
Yes.
Yeah. Oi! Just hits his little brother again. Get up, we're gonna go kill those fucking one-eyes. Oh, fine, jeez, dude, I'm just getting
Wait,
some
what
fucking
did they just say?
They were saying Ghost and
You
Giant,
can't-
so...
You
fair.
can't speak giant, Delson. You don't know.
Yeah, I was asking.
If that's out loud to Volith, then I
I
will.
was asking about that. What are they saying?
I told them. I asked them if they would help us help them, and we can work together fighting their one-eyed. Not, I don't say friends, but
Yep.
they're the one-eyed, the one-eyes.
Wait, we're fighting them.
Isn't that what you said to deal with?
I mean, I guess that's one way to deal with them, but oh boy.
You said that these.
Yes,
Never
fine,
mind, never mind.
fine. I guess we're in this now.
Well, we could, and I'll maybe say this telepathically. I was like, we could just kill these two and leave it at that. But I would rather leave a dumb enemy than a smart one.
Right. Right. They even have to be. Now they do, I guess.
Do you have a problem with this, Delson? What were
Do
you
we
expecting us to come here and do?
Do we even know why they were fighting in the first place?
I'm totally not evil. Sorry, say that again.
Do we even know why?
And there goes his
First
connection
place.
there. There we go.
Oh,
He asked, do we know why they're even fighting in the first place?
Yeah.
I have no idea, but I can only assume it's over food. And then I just gesture over them, and they're like, food over their mouths, a big fat.
Well, one of them does. The other one's just
Yeah.
grumbling because he didn't grab all the food.
Yeah, he's asleep over there, but they're both kind
Right.
of just like.
Yeah,
waiting
at
for
this
something.
point, they've gone up. They are towering very far above you, and they're just grabbing the tree trunks, which you assume at this point now they're using as clubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everybody else just like standing there watching and listening? Like I'm
Yeah.
talking. Some of this has been in common, like the stuff where
Yeah.
I'm talking with Delson. So
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't.
It's kind of difficult when it's like a freeway conversation to figure out who's
yeah, like
saying
if
who
I'm
or
talking
not.
to the Giants, then obviously I'm speaking Giant. But I'm talking to Delson, I'm speaking Common, obviously. So everything
Yeah.
I've talked to Delson about, then you guys understand and are aware of.
Are
Yep.
we in earshot of you and Delson?
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys are like
Next to
in
each
terms of
other.
the map. You guys are like next to me.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you guys
Like,
got moved up
everything
there.
you were at most 30 feet away, and I was telepathically speaking with you, and then I told you to come over to the bushes.
Yeah.
Which you did. So you
Okay,
guys know
so-
each other.
Unfortunately, we have no choice but to kill the Cyclops.
We
Cyclops.
do have a fucking choice.
We could just
Deal
leave
with
this.
them.
Hmm?
Deal with them does not mean kill them. Depending on what these one-eyed things are, if they're chaotic, mindless monsters seeking death and destruction, we kill them. But if they're intelligent creatures capable of rational thought, we try to fucking talk this out. Okay?
From what I can tell, these creatures have been fighting with them already.
Aye.
And what do these two look like they want? To sleep
no.
and eat.
So, but that doesn't. But giving them land and making sure they have land and food is not. It has nothing.
The other side of the
connected
coin
to
would be who would be
murder.
fighting with someone just for land, like just for food. The way just from the I don't know. This is maybe just I don't know. Just seems from
In
the
that
way-
case, then we give these one-eyed a choice. They can leave, and thus the conflict will be over, or we fight them.
I can agree with that.
No one.
You'll have to convince those two, though.
Well, I can't speak. Well, whatever language they're speaking, I
Well,
can't.
we can. We are in this together.
Right.
Okay. Look, there has to be a peaceful resolution where no one dies. Okay, just once.
That's not always the case, Trotnar. You know that. As much as you may want it, not all things have a good ending.
As much as I want this.
That doesn't mean we can't try to make one.
We can try.
Yes, I agree with Trotnar. I don't want there to be bloodshed, but with how things were worded, I think unless we can get the One Eyes to leave peacefully, then I'm not sure if we can do anything else.
But then what makes the Giants' claim to the forest credible than the One Eye? Why shouldn't Giants?
Doesn't seem to be as complicated as that. It's not about rights, it's just about nature. They happen to be here, both of them, the two groups.
Aye.
And they can't coexist. So we'll bring them together and we'll have a conversation. If they want to fight, they can fight. And I'll because I've been like talking in common, and the Giants been doing. They've just been like getting ready, or what?
Yeah, they've been getting ready, and at this point now, you can just see one of them's wandered off a little bit, and the other one's just there, like, waiting, and you can see he is getting impatient a bit.
Speak in common and say, my small friends do not like fighting, and would prefer to talk things out. Like right now. We're talking right now.
Yeah, we're talking, and you said you're gonna help us kill him.
I said I would help you solve the problem, and
Yeah,
kill them
and
could
kill
be
them as
a
a
solution. But wouldn't less killing be better? And they're like, no.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Where's my... Oh, man. Wow.
Big dick persuasion.
You are already bruised and bleeding. We wouldn't want more of that. But if it comes to it, we will help you.
Fine, little man. You use your fancy words. If we ain't happy with it, you help us kill him.
I'll nod. Thank you for your understanding.
What?
And then I'll turn around and explain. It's like, they can agree with that. They won't fight them, and we will talk it over. We'll have the Giants with us and go see these One Eyes, these Cyclopses. And if we can't find a peaceful resolution, we'll have two big brutes to help us.
Fair enough.
Alright. Give this a go then. Right.
Excellent.
Thanks for staying outside of it, Valet.
Say, and I'll turn back to the Giants. It looks like we have an agreement. And then I'll reach out my hand to the Giant.
What are you doing?
And I'll put it down. It's like, never mind. Let's lead the way.
Alright.
Just slings a trunk over his shoulder and walks over to the slightly smaller giant. And as they begin walking, like just kind of like barging through the trees, you begin to hear him start yelling out. Obviously, you guys outside of Valve can't understand him because they're speaking giant, but you, Valve, heard him say like, "Oi, One Eyes! You fucking pansies, come out here!"
And like as we're walking, it's like, I would suggest not doing that. let us and do the talking.
Oh, we're just trying to make him show up. That's all.
Point us in the direction and we can make them show up.
I don't know where the fuck we were. We're just going to where we fought last time.
Okay? Then, okay.
What eyes? We're to deal with you.
And they just continue walking.
Alrighty.
So, just to check, are you guys bringing the cart, or are you just going on foot?
Yeah, we bring the cart, guys? I think we should bring the cart. It's like our stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
So yeah, everybody load up in the cart, and I'll. I also just like walk between the two giants.
All right. It's kind of difficult. You actually, at the speed that they're going, you guys have to go at quite a quick pace to keep up with them.
Okay.
like you're essentially nearly jogging, Valif.
I can do that. I can jog for a pretty long time.
Okay. And you just, as you guys are making your way through, Nemesis, you hear Mal say, "Please do not let them eat me. If they turn on us, please break the bindings, and I am going to run." And Delson, you hear Durin say, "So, boss man, I know I've been agreeing with your stuff, but look, I don't know what a word they said, but I know that one point at us found me and Hanel here a mighty tasty. Can you not have that happen to us?"
Don't worry. If they try to go, we'll make sure that they don't get their hands on you, or a bite, or anything.
Very least, can you, when we start, can you unhook me so I can, let's get out of here if I need to?
Aaron.
Alright. So, you continue going for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. After 40 minutes of traveling, you arrive at another clearing. For the record, I did not have something planned, so we're just going to use this one because
just rotate this clearing 50, like it's 90 degrees.
I cannot rotate, unfortunately.
I wish that could happen.
I wish that could as well, but just for the sake of argument, you guys are here. I'm just gonna shift a few things around here. Don't worry. You are gonna see the magic of my map making skills, aka I'm just.
Oh my god!
It's perfect.
The land is changing.
It's really awe-inspiring to see Mordian at work.
Yeah, this is exactly what it looks like. He's just sitting in front of his desktop. He's like just clicking on Roll20. That's Morton.
Yeah, that's that's basically how Morton made world. Yeah.
All right,
God,
so.
Why do I imagine like some of the other gods just being like, "Hey, Mario, get out here, fucking nerd."
I mean, like, to be fair, that's genuine. I think in the dwarf myth, that's how lava was created. It was other gods with more inspiration.
As in for Karmora?
Yeah.
Basically, the other gods were working on their own stuff, which was distracting Morian, and the lava is basically the embodiment of his frustration of trying to work on this and having to correct and adjust while the other gods just like barging in and being like, "Oh yeah, no, there should be trees here, trees here." So they're like, "Just let me fucking work."
And he was so pissed
so
off
good.
when it created lava.
Listen to me, Morian.
That's a good myth, Tick. I love myth stuff. That's good mythology.
You're welcome.
Imagine Bahamut just being like,
and I'm fine saying that like here now kind of deal because it's a common knowledge kind of deal. The building of Karmora and the Alliance is quite well known in among even most people. So you arrive at the clearing. You can see there's trees just broken left and right. The ground has been like turned up and like dug into. You can see several boulders that have appeared to be clean of moss on one bit, but covered in another, which have clearly shown that they've been thrown about. And as you keep yelling, as you hear the giants yell, during a pause, you suddenly hear a little bit further away. And as you all stop. They like get their weapons ready, and coming from a slightly clearer area, you can see two large humanoid figures, just about the same size as these giants. They are, whereas these giants are more like rotund and such, these are more muscular. Whereas they've just got scraps, they have some attempt of clothing, even having what appears to be, even though it's just like skin they've ripped off an animal, they've tried to make things like shoes and such. You can see one of them having a necklace of cow skulls as they walk forward, and you can see a single eye.
Can I look at the book and then look at them?
The description seems to match what is in the book. So they
Well then.
So they stop just near where the fighting was, and they begin to talk. So, Val, if you hear this...
We thought we told you to stay away. Yeah, we're here to fucking kill you now.
And when they say that, I'll yell with thaumaturgies like, actually, we're not giant friends. And I'll walk up between the two of them, hopefully, if I can just do that while they're all...
as you walk by, you hear the large one just kind of say,
"All right, yeah, thanks for doing that."
Fucking giants, man.
Yeah.
Hill giants. Not just giants. It's just hill giants.
The Cyclops in the middle just looks kind of taken aback, walks a few steps forward, which to you it's like a it's like a far more than a step, and just kind of like squats down slightly so that he's a bit closer to eye level. Just looks at you.
Who are you?
I am Balith. Me and my friends are problem solvers. And we had heard there was a problem in this forest with fighting, some sort of conflict.
Seems about right.
And so we found these two, and they told us about you two, or however many there may be.
Just us.
Just you two. Excellent. And
What language is Bliss speaking in?
Giant.
Giant, yeah.
Oh, so
they only speak giant.
There's giant as well.
I'll ask. Actually, no, I won't. And I'll just keep speaking in common.
Giant.
That's what I meant to say. So, we want to resolve this without violence.
Tried that. They won't listen.
And now you have us. I'll smile and put my hands up. Or, actually, no, in Giant I'll say, but now you have me.
Just kind of beckons, just
close a little bit.
Me? Sure. Oh god, I'm gonna get fucked. Anyways,
he like leans in, his face is like right up to yours, and he says quietly,
"What is it that you little ones can do?"
Well, then I'll speak in his mind, and I'll tell you, well, I can do this, for one. And there's a lot more where that came from, between me and my friends, and these two giants.
Well, where that came from with the giants, they only swing and throw.
And I imagine they're at least somewhat good at that.
Should talk about the time they fought us here.
I can see that, and I'll like just look back to their bruises and stuff. Are these two hurt at all?
They are, but you can see just like comparing like battle wounds. It's clear the hill giants came out of this fight a lot worse.
Yeah, they look like they were just beat the shit. So okay.
Yeah.
Now, what is this about? Is it just territory?
Hardly territory. We just came here, wanted to find a place of our own. These lot come stomping about into our place.
But they were here first.
I don't fucking know if they were here first or not.
Well, you weren't here, and you came here, and they were here.
Weren't
Which
in
means
this
they were
area.
here first.
Weren't in this particular area of the forest.
And you can't share it. Have you ever heard of sharing?
I do know about sharing, little man. But what do you do when no one wants to share?
You talk it out. You don't start hitting people and fighting.
You make it seem like we ain't tried that.
And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
So
Those
either-
two dumb fucks not willing to listen.
Can I look at
Fr-
Valis?
What was that, Delson?
I'm just gonna look over to Valis, just wondering what he's saying.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Mhm.
And I'm just talking. You guys can chime in at any point, because then it actually gives me a chance to think. But anyways, I
I'll
will,
just-
We
with
can't
your own
go,
thoughts
dude.
and whatnot.
I mean, can I look at the map and see what area to?
What was that? You cut out for a good chunk of that. You said look at the map to...
Yeah, to survey what the areas around this forest look like. Like if there's any other forest.
There are a few other forests, but they're a bit of a distance away. There's obviously the forest that Sean is near, but that puts it within range of Delcross.
I don't think Sean would much appreciate that. Or
The way I see it is that you didn't finish the job, and now we're here. And so, either we finish the job, or else.
You make it seem like we ain't tried to finish the job.
He like beckons to the, the basically the scene of the fight.
They didn't listen to reason, so we'll try and kill them.
I think you misunderstand me. I meant we're going to kill you if you don't leave.
Make an intimidation check.
I will do my best.
Christ, I wish we broke Giant right now.
Yeah.
We are.
Well, nobody, I don't know, there's lots of body language. There's stuff that you guys can see
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with that you guys can interrupt with. I'm just talking and trying to not, leave space, empty air. I'll make my intimidation check.
Say that, but at the same time, Valeth is like such a straight-faced person.
yeah, we can't tell what he's
I mean,
saying.
from-
Valif is just
Whatever.
probably got like the ultimate poker face. I can imagine V's right now is just like, oh shit, what am I doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I'm sweating. My pits are fucking soaked right now. On the upside, is it just a straight intimidation check?
Just a straight intimidation
Alrighty.
check. You're the only guy that
That's gonna be
speaks giant here.
Awesome. This is going to be terrible. No, it's a 20. It's a 19 again. I've rolled a 20 and a 19 and a 19 from my last roll.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then yeah, sure. I'll just leave it at that.
Just pauses for a second and just a long sigh.
Look, if you want us to go, fine. But we need to know where to go, or else we're gonna starve. I can't have that.
Where did you come from?
Came from the east. There was a big old stone thing. That's gone now. Bunch of little people came in, started killing my clan. So we left.
I'm sorry for that.
Look,
But it doesn't change the fact that you can't live here with these two, obviously, without killing one another. Either they'll stay here and die, or you will. You two seem smart enough to make a choice, and it's not up to us to decide where you go.
Just kind of leans back.
Right. We've lived in that forest our whole life, so you gotta excuse us for not knowing the lay of the land here. You know a nearby forest? We'll go there, make our own place.
Then I'll maybe turn around to everybody else and then yell in common. It's like, why don't we trade 2 giants for 2 others? We'll leave these two. I'll point to the hill giants and find these 2 a new home, and point to the Cyclops.
New home?
Well, they can't live here, can they?
How big is this forest?
Standing there, like, having no idea what just happened.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Wait,
generally
wait.
speaking, yeah. Well, like, you
The
guys
size
know
of the
that we're
forest,
coming here to
it's-
solve a problem that is 2 conflicting groups. And obviously, like, if there's 2 groups that, like, one of them... You guys don't want to kill one of them, and so the obvious solution is for one of them to leave. And I'm saying we leave the giants here and take the Cyclops to somewhere else.
To answer
Basically what I just said.
Trothnar's
None of that
question.
information is based off what I've been talking about. Sorry, Trothnar, what's that?
It's fine. Well, he was just asking the size of the forest. It would take about an hour of travel for you guys, like either side. But keep in mind, these are tall. These are tall
It's
boys.
really not big enough. It's really not that big.
Yeah.
Given how much food they would have to consume, probably not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like the food you brought this one giant, he could hold it in a single hand and eat it in one go.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. Wait. Okay, so
It's like, I just want you guys to not, like, this is sort of a meta thing because this is a storytelling thing. I don't want you guys to be like, we can't make any decisions. Characters are stupid and idiots because you guys aren't stupid idiots. As players, you guys aren't idiots.
Well, I'll say for the
solutions
sake of it
as well, you know what I
on this
mean?
bit. I'll say for the sake of it on this one. That after you just
Come up with your own
mentioned,
creative solutions
yeah,
that don't have.
I'll say for this one, like you explain that in common. As you do, the Cyclops like stands up, looks towards the giants, and says,
All right, you fucking win. Just give us a minute for these little people to do what they need to do.
just like the hill giants, like. But you guys communicate basically what's happened in common, and they're giving you some breathing space to
I'm imagining
discuss.
the hill giants like bro fisting and doing like a fist bump, but then they fuck it up really bad.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. But the hill giants aren't moving because, as one of them says,
We're moving though till they're gone. So whatever you got planned.
Yeah. I don't
very
really know
rarely
the lay
plan.
of the land of Ansor, so
yeah. Has anyone got like a?
I just sent the
A
map.
he sent the world
Yeah.
map, or the continent map.
Hey, there it is.
Sent the continent map.
So you guys are, to give an idea of where you guys are, you're roughly where the forest area near Delcross is, to the
That
left.
doesn't work. That map is very tiny.
Yeah, I tell you what, we'll do this an easy
You
way.
can zoom in on it.
Boom!
No, it's
Johanian
like,
map.
up in the original, it's like very tiny.
So, obviously, because of the whole scale thing, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff clumped together, but you guys are roughly about here.
Yeah, we're like right there. That's what.
Yeah,
like,
right.
There is this forest down here. And I
Yeah,
don't know if that maybe is
like
where they came
the
from,
forest that
so-
Sean's in isn't visible here because it's continent-wide map. But
So
yeah,
right
you guys,
here.
you guys are roughly here.
Here.
Yeah, just
So-
about like near the edge of the forest.
So
Is there any way of them to cross these mountains?
You
We
Crossing
just want
mountains
to
of the
send them
Gilgamesh.
into the Gilgamesh horde.
It's a lot
The
of
only way-
episodes.
because they basically say they originate from here.
Mhm.
But then obviously the grass fell, and then the Gilgamesh hordes came in, started killing shit, so they moved over here, and this is where they're in the conflict.
Well,
How
what
about
about
we
what about
we
this
can
place
solve
here,
this
the
problem,
Dark
guys. We can take these Cyclops to the swamp, and then use them in the swamp to kill the monsters, and then give them the swamp.
yeah.
How does that sound? That's kind of a
quite a
meta word conversation, but like
I mean, technically that could work.
I would
Yeah,
then
good.
if this is the moment they're kind of like stirring around, everybody's kind of figuring their stuff. It's like I'll go back to the group and say it's like we could take them to the swamp.
Like,
But of
Two
course
birds,
that's-
one stone.
But of course, if but of course, like, do
that's of course got to be up to the Cyclopses. You know, they might not want to live in a swamp, mate.
I'll turn around. Have you ever been to a swamp?
No.
Have you ever had a mud bath?
Yeah.
There's a lot of mud there. Not sure.
Their food, though?
It's warm. There's life. We have another problem to solve there.
Can I just chime in that we know that?
Mhm.
Can I just chime in that I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean there's probably a lot of things in water that live in swamps. So maybe you can tell something like that to them.
Yep.
So, as you begin saying that, the other Cyclops just says, "Well, the middle ones just said there could be some water stuff in there." Huh.
Did he just?
It appears that the other Cyclops understands Common.
Hey.
Oh my
Nice.
God's
God.
sake.
I was pretty sure one or two of these guys would speak common. So.
Yep.
They're pretty dang clever, actually. I gotta say.
Oh yeah,
They-
Cyclopses aren't stupid. They're higher level beings that were cursed to be the way they are.
I think they got an intelligence of 8, which is
Yeah.
which is still higher than a hill giant's 5.
Yeah, they're about as intelligent as.
What's like the stupidest sentient creature you can do?
There would be a moth with an intelligence score of 1.
Hey,
Jester turned into a moth, and that was a disaster.
That was great. So good.
Yeah,
So
she
funny.
she polymorphed herself into a moth, didn't realize she had an intelligence score of 1, and wasted the entire spell because she was a moth. Fly.
Yeah.
oh, and like, all I want to be is near the bright lights.
Basically,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So the giant's like,
You know if there's
Oh, yeah.
any other forests near that swamp? Not to say that we won't be willing to if we can live there, but having a backup and all that.
We already have something to do there, so we'll be more than happy to take you.
And it's plenty far away from the conflict that killed from the.
you
conflict that killed
didn't
the
understand what he said there
Yeah, it is.
because I was in giant.
Good point.
man.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It's so he's right. Like we going in this direction. It's away from the fighting.
Make a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage
See if
just
I can-
because Delson was able to chip in and they did understand it.
Nice.
Or one of them understood it.
Wait,
All right.
again.
Let's see if I can do it a 4th time, guys. This is absurd and like beyond defies probability. Okay,
Don't
like I
worry.
said.
Respectable.
It's alright, yeah.
One more question.
Yes.
Between here and that swamp, and other forests,
Sorry, what was that, Tick?
between here and the swamp, are there any more forests?
I'm not sure if this like bit here, Tick, is like a forest or which part's a swamp. I was like these both.
The swamp is roughly there, yeah. This is roughly
Yeah,
the
so
swamp.
like this is all just swamp.
Yeah, that's not the swamp though.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say like there is a forest to the north of there. That is less swampy,
Alright.
probably more filled with trees and game.
1 second.
Just like stands up and just moves the other Cyclops away for a second. They start just speaking very quietly. The hill giants, like one of them just says,
Yeah, leaving yet?
I'll just have patience, my friend. And he has no idea what that word means.
Don't know what the fuck that is, I'm bored. When are they gonna piss off?
to which the Cyclops turns around and says, "If you just give us a minute." Just he's in.
You brain dead oaf.
Fucking just say to me?
God, it's like being a mediator's hard, guys.
Yeah.
Granted,
After about
this is what I do. I do this sort of thing a lot in real life.
Yeah. After about 2 or 3 minutes, the Cyclops like comes up to you and just like again brings himself as close as he can to you, his face to yours.
Alright, little man. We'll see if this swamp's anything we want. If not, we're taking that other forest.
Fine with me.
Stands up, just like stretches a bit, just looks at the hill giants.
Alright, you fucking dumbasses. You got your fucking forest. We're gonna find a better one.
And they just begin to walk off, which the hill giants like,
Yeah, I ain't gonna find one better than this. Best
forest in all fucking.
Best forest. This is a best forest. Yeah, this is the best forest.
I don't think anyone should tell them about the Dark Hill.
We're gonna.
The what?
Well, I'm just looking at the map and I see the Dark Hill.
the Dargo Forest and the Sloric Forest are the two biggest forests in Ansor. And Elgrin's home, that forest.
Oh, those up there? Yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a few forests that's bigger than this one, but, yeah, no.
For sure.
Leave him be. He's a hill giant. He's dumb.
Is that where the 420 plays at Elves live?
You don't know.
Dang it, we need to
Which
figure
of the
this out.
Elven Forest?
It's up at the top there. Right near
Yeah,
Mithril
Ah.
Between
Yeah,
Mithril
it's
Hammer and
another one.
Elven Grow.
Yeah, it's to the left of Jurhan.
Which, keep in mind, now with one square being 50 miles, that's only a handful of days' travel now.
Yep.
Because, like, going straight, that's 4... so you're 8 days away
It's
from
less than a
Lesdor.
week from Lesdor, guys.
Guys, we gotta go.
Honestly, guys, seriously,
Eventually.
why couldn't we send him to the Dargil Forest? Because then literally Lesdor's next door.
Because that seems. I don't want to. That's dangerous. It's really far.
Yeah, we can't.
And we
we
would, and we would go right past the grass. But
For the record, it's 2 weeks to... It's about 2 weeks to from where you guys are right this second to Lesdor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
As I said,
really
the scale's a little bit skewed, so I'm going to have to fiddle that with the map a tiny bit. Because, like, otherwise this would be, say, like, oh, yeah, you're 2 days away,
Yeah,
when
you
you're
just
not
have
actually...
to like mess with the roll 20 scale numbers or whatever. or the size
yeah,
of the map or something.
I'm gonna probably have to partially rebuild the map. It shouldn't be a problem though.
Yeah.
in that case,
But
we guess we're going to the swamps.
Yeah. Then we have an agreement, and I'll reach my hand out to the Cyclops at the time.
They've already
I
walked away.
understand. Fuck. Well, we'll continue then. I was gonna try to do that at the end, but when we were trying to conclude the thing, but whatever. Then they're walking away, and we follow. I'll turn to everybody. It's like, with like, Volith has got like noticeable. As much as he's cool and collected, there's maybe right now you guys are definitely noticing like he's just like really sweaty right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Swaying a bit, shaking, knees weak, arms
My
heavy.
sweat is permeating into this reality.
Mom spaghetti.
Yeah.
And we walk off and leave the giants to their giantness, I guess.
Yeah.
To their giants.
Yeah. As you guys leave, Val, if you hear the giants like talking to each other, you just hear them say,
Sure know what we're gonna do. I don't fucking know.
as you catch up to the Cyclopses, they do wait a little bit for you to arrive to catch up before like the main one just says,
Lead on.
We do so.
all
And this
right.
time I'll let everybody else hang back, or like not everybody else, but the people who are better at tracking and surviving and stuff like that.
Okay, so you begin to make your way towards the swamplands nearby with two allies? Question mark alongside
I don't know.
you.
They seem like they could eventually be allies, actually. Like,
Yeah.
these guys don't
Currently-
seem that bad. I was expecting worse.
Currently, ones that are willing to listen to reason, but have made it very clear of their intentions that they are giving you a chance on this.
For sure.
So, as you
Don't
guys
piss them off.
begin to make your way to the swamps, that's what we're going to call it good for this session. It's about 15 minutes before the end of it, so there's nothing really that I can that we could
Yeah,
do
there's
that
not much.
won't take it past there. So I think it's better just to end it a
We
little
can
bit
like
earlier.
do finding rest or something, because it's basically
Yeah.
like night at this point, because we spent time.
Yeah,
out
it's
here and then
yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, so we'll say for the sake of it then that you guys like you get to where Sean's forest is and set up camp
Whereabouts
there.
is that?
It's not visible. It's not visible there, but it's
It's not visible,
basically
but it's just about there. Okay.
it's literally right next to Delcross.
It's
Oof,
not
that's pretty
big at all.
If it's not very big. You could probably get from one side to the other in about 10-20 minutes.
Okay.
Not good giant land.
No,
Not at all.
not at all.
No, I wasn't interested in dropping these guys off there. Sean would be upset with us.
Yeah, he would be pissed.
But yeah, just you nearly avoided a big brawl in the
Guys.
forest there.
I've never done anything like that before. That was really exciting and made
Yeah,
me
good job,
scared.
Brett.
And
We diplomacy.
I felt
them.
like bad because I felt like I was hogging the spotlight. But
Yeah, if that had gone bad, you would have probably had have made the choice of either siding with one of them, siding with neither of them, or just running and let them fight.
Let them fight.
I had a pretty good potential solution to that because I can cast hypnotic pattern on people with wisdom scores, and I'm pretty sure most of these guys have shitty wisdom.
I don't think they've got good wisdom scores. Let me have a quick
So I
check.
could potentially just go like, poof, everybody, you're gay, run away. Rainbow,
Wait.
attack.
If you're gay, run away.
It's beginning to be gay. Now you have the big gay.
So
Wait.
we
Actually,
also saved the forest lesbians by not bringing giants to them.
so a hill giant has a wisdom score of 9, but a cyclops has a wisdom score of 6.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I thought like that's part of Cyclopses. They're like they can't see because wisdom is a sight thing
Yep.
for perception. So like yeah,
Also,
They only have
also,
one eye.
I did look up Cyclops, and I love that one of their things is that they have disadvantage on attacks on
More than 30 feet
something
away.
on that, 30 feet away because they have no depth perception.
Yeah.
so good.
That's great.
Oh yeah, and that's me if they were to break fight.
Yeah. That was just,
I love. I don't know if you guys appreciate it as much as I do, but I love the guide that I found.
just playing all that diplomatic stuff. Meanwhile, you guys lost your first horse.
Second horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't we technically already?
No,
lose
it was the
Green?
very, very, very first.
Your very, very
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
horse was Brutus. You got him as you were leaving Pterodon's Crossing.
Oh,
You got Cream when you first left Exeter the first time, and Cream died
With cream now.
Cream died on the way to the Bone Swamps.